What is going on? Welcome to the next episode of Count the Bucket. We are so excited about this episode, or at least I am myself, as always. But, guys, let's just jump right into it and see how everyone's doing. Nick, CJ, of course, how you guys are doing. Also, before you all answer with this, let's just go ahead and introduce our guy here. As you all can see, we have four corners going on now. Justin Johnson is with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a little. Actually, you know what? I'll just wait and just kind of do this first, then we'll kind of get into kind of like your background stuff like that. So let's just
All
ask
right,
first, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. 2 a.m. over here in Germany. It's you know, we just came off a week off, 5 days off, so I'm good. Body feels good
Oh,
too.
man.
Well rested.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining. CJ, Nick, how you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Glad to be back on to talk with you guys once again. We got a lot to dive into.
Yeah, all is well. All is well. I had a good weekend. Spent time with the fam. So glad to chop it up, talk some NBA. Got a great guest here. So glad to talk with Justin and talk about his career and what he got going on right now. So
Awesome. So with that being said, of course, we've all said hey to Justin, welcome him for being here. He said he's from Germany. Just a little background. He is from Kentucky. So I know some of the people that are watching, at least on my Facebook
Michael's
page, my
so
Twitter, and
proud.
stuff like that. Hey, listen, Kentucky, we've got some talent here, but sometimes we're so deep in the mountains that we don't get seen. I'm just be honest. If there was a camera on me when I was in high school, man, it'd been all over. Okay, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be playing for like Miami or something like that. But it's okay. It's fine. But Justin grew up here in Southeast Kentucky. We were talking a little bit about this. Went on to play at Western Kentucky University, and now he is in Germany playing. And honestly, it's hard to understand how those different leagues, because I was looking at some of your season stats and as far as each year, and it had like 4 or 5 different years or things going on for this year. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to ask how this really goes or the different leagues going on. But so thankful for you to join this. Let's hear a little bit about your background growing up in the Eastern Kentucky and coming on up to play in Western Kentucky, and then where you at, okay?
all right, sounds good. So I grew up, like I said, in Eastern Kentucky. My pops, I think the little, I think last thing I posted on Facebook a little bit viral. Talking about my pops was an underground coal miner my whole life. And to me, that's the toughest job in the world. Like dudes going underground, never knowing if they coming back out. And he did that for 21 years. And he worked, back in Eastern Kentucky. And those like that's the only way. If you didn't go to college or anything, that's like the best way to provide for your family. But so I grew up, just like always playing basketball. He was my guy. My pops was the guy pushing me 24/7 when I was a kid. And I actually was a three-sport athlete. Could have played Division One and baseball and football too. But I just, basketball was what I fell in love with. And I played at a high school called Sheldon Clark High School for 2 years. And then actually my head coach there got the job at Perry County Central in Hazard. And I love playing for him. Coach Kevin Spurlock, he's like a second dad to me still. I went to transferred there to play with him and played with Braxton Beverly. Guys that played there with Jay Page and some other really good players and went on to play. And coming out of high school, I was a Mr. Basketball candidate. I was ranked number 2 player in the state of Kentucky. I was top 50 in the country.
Okay.
Um,
Awesome.
I had 53 Division One offers, I think, something like that. 50, and then I took my 5 official visits. I went to Auburn with Bruce Pearl was there. I went to Boston
Okay.
College. I went to I had Oklahoma State when Travis Ford was at Oklahoma State. I had Virginia Tech, University of Tennessee, and then Western. And I chose to go to Western
It's
just
going good.
because I chose to go to Western just because it was they started recruiting me when I was really young, and
Mhm.
it was a home, had a home feel to it. One of my big brothers pretty much was playing there, and he George Fant, who's the offensive lineman for the New York Jets now. Uh, yeah, so
Okay. Wow.
that's like my brother, like me and him real close. And he was a senior, and he was a first team all conference guy there, and he was like, "Bro, you got to come here. You learn from me for a year, and then you take over." And that's kind of what I did. I went in freshman year, played 10, 12 minutes a game, pretty much. Games I'd play, wouldn't play. Average, I think, 5 and 5 as a freshman. And then, he left. I came back my sophomore year, averaged 15 and 8. And then junior year, I was 16 and almost 10 a game. Ended up being, went to a Final Four of an NIT my senior year, went on a heck of a run. And I mean, I was the only guy in college basketball that had over 1,500 points and over 1,000 rebounds
Wow.
at the time in college basketball. But yeah, that's pretty much to that point of the college career. But basketball, this is year 5 as a pro, so I've been doing it a long time now. I'm a vet, I feel like, now at this time. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you mentioned as a kid you played multiple sports. I think you said 3 sports, and I know as a kid, as a kid you're in different activities. So when was that moment when you decided to put your focus in more on basketball?
probably like my freshman, sophomore year of high school, because I started playing on an EYBL team, which is the Nike League. It's the Nike circuit. And I got picked up by a Nike team when I was a sophomore, and they were like paying for everything. They took care. There are only like 20 teams in the country, and they was flying us, to LA. When I was 13, 14 years old, I was getting on flights flying to LA, Minnesota, Dallas was the tournaments. And I was like, this thing can pay for my school. Like, that's when I was like, basketball can pay for my school at this time. And, I knew the other ones, but I really loved basketball. Like, I was more technically gifted in football. Like, I could go on a football field and just dominate and play tight end, and it was just easy for me. I had to actually work at basketball. Like, I was never like that most, and then I was just super, got super skilled at basketball. But that was, at probably like when I was in high school, I was like, and baseball, only reason I was still playing, my older brother was a really good baseball player. And the only reason I was still playing is he was begging me like, hey, I got like a year left, you got to play. So I was just playing because of him at that point.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
So you mentioned the playing, of course, the 3 sports. Now, you did play a year at Western Kentucky in football, right?
I did play a little spring ball. I didn't ever really play a full season. I played some spring ball, went out, and crazy, after I left Western my senior year, I had NFL minicamp invites. I had a bunch of Eagles called and Cowboys called and everything like that.
There we go.
Decided to
That's
go
best
play.
team. I mean, just
stuck with the basketball. So
Yeah, so you
Now,
talk.
go ahead.
Yeah, so you
Well, I
talk
was
about
just
your
going to
love for the
say.
game.
Sorry, let me just go ahead. Nick, I'll give you $100 if you can tell me what the Western Kentucky mascot is.
Well, why are you asking me, bro? Like, I don't know. Sorry.
You get that $100 right now, bro. Clean, calm $100, bro.
See? Now, Justin, what is it really? Is it just
the
a town?
Hilltoppers, man. It's the Hilltoppers.
But the mascot too, like the big red,
big
right?
Big red.
Well, the thing I knew what the team name was. I didn't know if like the mascot was something different or not.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just the big
blob.
red.
Yeah, because let me tell you, you walk on campus, you'll know why it's the Hilltoppers. So that the campus sits on a hill, man. You got to walk to the top of the hill. Sheesh, it's a walk. Yeah.
Crazy. Like, so yeah, you talked about your love for the game of basketball. I always want to ask people this, like, what was your first moments or when you fell in love with the game? Was it a player, a team, something that you watched growing up, like Kobe, LeBron, some of those top players?
I'm a LeBron fan. I always was a LeBron fan. I mean, I had an opportunity to spend a little time with the Lakers when I left college. I was with them for a little bit. But I'm a LeBron fan. But no real moment. I fell in love with the work of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to be like, I was always the guy. Anybody, you go back and ask any coach that ever like coached me, play for me. I'm a guy, like, I never really talk too much. And I knew I always wasn't the best player on the court, but no one was ever going to outwork me on the court. That's why I was always known for a workhorse. Like, the game, who my game is most like, everybody always says I'm the white version of Draymond Green. That's what everybody always says.
Okay.
But I shoot it a lot better than Draymond Green does. Like, I can score a lot, more gifted, but we're the same exact size. We're both like 6'7", like 240, big body guys that play super physical. And that's always been my game. But I fell in love with this, the work. And then, like, I like getting up at 6 a.m. and going. Like, And they're a guy that plays in Europe right now. He's the most winningest American that ever played in Europe. Plays EuroLeague. Guy's made probably $40 million over here in his career. Kyle Hines is the guy that plays in Milan in the EuroLeague. And he's the most winning, and he's a 6'4", 6'5" center. Like Chuck Hayes. I didn't look at Chuck Hayes back in the day. You remember Chuck Hayes. So
yes,
he's just like Chuck Hayes, but he's like this dude. You look at his stat line, it'd be like 2 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, but his plus minus would be plus 20. Like just a winner. This is a guy and he wins. And last year was supposed to be his last year, and they won. They went Final Four EuroLeague, won, and then won their Italian league when I was playing in Italian league. And I know him real well. He's 36. I said, Kyle, like, when, like, you say you're about done, like, how you know you're done? He said, I'm taken away from the game because last year when we went to the Final Four EuroLeague, I didn't get chills when I walked on the court. He said, that's the first time I've been in big games and I ain't got chills. He said, I feel like I'm taken away from the game now. So, like, that it's little things like that that still drive me to play. Like, I every time I walk on the game, I'm still nervous a little bit, ready to go, blah, blah. But when he told me that, I was like, man, that's how most guys I feel like will know when they're done, so.
Just so you guys know, 36 is not old because that's how old I am. So nobody go there.
Bron's 38, almost. Yeah.
Listen,
almost.
At least from my screen right here in my little corner, I've got that word, the L word, tries not to be said nearly as much. So I'll just leave it at that. So Justin, real quick, who's the greatest of all time? Since you said the L word twice now, I just need to know this.
Kind of already answered that.
Everybody's great in their own era, man. They're all great in their own era, Jordan had the late 80s, 90s. Kobe had the early 2000s. Bron had his era. Like they're all so different, though, man. They're so different.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't compare LeBron to Kobe or MJ. Kobe and MJ, you can.
Jordan's the best.
You can compare them two to each other. You can compare Kobe and. But LeBron's dude's a freak. He's 6, people don't realize he weighs like 260, 270 pounds. They list him at like, 240, whatever. But the dude's a legit 260 pounds, moves the way he does, like can play 1 through 5. Like legit, when he was on the USA team, they played 1 through 5. Like, he's, but those, when you go to like skill and the MJ and Kobe, their skill level is just so freaking high. But,
I want to know this at least, and then one of you guys can ask a question. I mean, obviously you're in Germany. You talked about playing the Italian league as well.
Yeah.
What was probably the hardest thing for you transitioning from NBA style, American, college style over to wherever, we'll just say Germany for now because that's where you're at. Germany. Like, what was the biggest transition or like the hardest thing that you said, wow, that is totally not how we play ball, but okay, you have to try to adapt to that?
1,000 times harder to score here, and the game's 1,000 times more physical.
Really?
The physicality here is bar none. It's not even close. That's why you see so many NBA guys when they try to come here, they're not successful because they've been in the NBA too long or whatever. Mario Chalmers came out here, I think 2 years ago, signed to Virtus Bologna in the Italian league, and was here for 2 or 3 games. Just couldn't make it. Like just a totally different game. Like the physicality of it. And the style of play, like guys play defense for. You see guys, if they average 25 minutes a game, they're playing a lot of minutes here because the game's so physical. Okay. You can't. Those guys are especially if you're playing like at a high level. If you're playing EuroLeague, Champions League, also with your country league within your domestic league, you playing 2 games a week, like with the travel and everything. Mm-hmm. The game, and we don't have defense at 3 seconds, so like guys get 7-footers and just stand in the paint. That's why you heard Luka. I don't know if y'all see Luka's interviews. Luka talks about how much harder it is to score in Europe. Mm-hmm. Like he's at NBA, and I agree. When I was spent some time with a couple of NBA teams, the court is so much bigger in the NBA. It's so spread out, and everybody. I don't know if you see like LeBron on a wing, and you'll see him just standing with the ball. If you watch what he's doing, he's waiting for that guy to get out of the paint because of 3 seconds. And he makes his move a lot of the time. As soon as that guy steps out of the paint, then he makes his move. Like in Europe, that's not happening. You're going to meet a 7-footer in the paint, and he's just going to stand there and do – like you're taught to foul in Europe too. Like, you're taught to foul. Like no one gets an easy bucket, you spin a foul. If you're beat, you spin a foul. Like that's the way you play, like the game style. So it's a real physical, man, really super physical.
That's why I tell people all the time, man, please stop disrespecting a lot of hoops overseas, man. A lot of guys can play out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, I mean, people don't realize the money's crazy out here, man. And you got guys that Marco Bellinelli's making like 3.5 in Virtus Bologna. You got Mike James making 5 million in Monaco. Me and Mike are real cool. We got the same agent, and he's been one of the highest paid players. You see when he came for the Brooklyn Nets, everybody was crazy how gifted that guy is. He's so gifted, and you got like the best player I've played against in Europe though is Milos Teodosic. They played with the Clippers when they had the Lob City team.
I remember him.
Dude's a basketball genius. He's 32, 33, walk out without breaking a sweat and give you 20 and 10 every night. Like he just picks the game apart.
So he kind of plays like I do. Okay, I got you. I mean,
So you guys just got the dub, Riesen Ludwigsburg. That's right. Ludwigsburg. Okay. You guys got the dub by 20 on November 2nd. Just talk about that game a little bit. What happened and why you guys got the W.
I mean, we're off to a good start, man. We got American head coach, which is rare in Europe, and we play American style basketball. Like we're going to shoot. We're trying to get up 75 shots a game as our goal, and then we defend full court, pick up 90. We got a guy in New York, New York legend, high school legend, I guess you could say. My boy Isaiah, Whitehead out here. So me and Isaiah are real cool. But I mean, we're 10-1 going into the break right now, and when you guys were talking earlier, you didn't know how it works. So you have domestic leagues. If you're playing in the top leagues. Like your top leagues, domestic wise, are Spain, Italy, Germany, Turkey, and Greece. And it used to be Russia, but the situation that's going on in Russia right now, they're out. They can't play in international play. So those are the best domestic leagues. And then you have EuroLeague. EuroLeague is outside of the domestic league, 16 teams across all of Europe. Okay, and then after you have EuroLeague, you have Champions League and Euro Cup. Champions League and Euro Cup are like right there. Then you have FIBA Euro Cup, which is a little bit, they play domestically, right? We play in Champions League, and we're actually the number one team in Champions League right now. We went into Jerusalem and won in Jerusalem, which is a really good team. Amari Stoudemire is actually part owner in that team. Like he owns like 50% of that team. He played with them a couple years ago, actually. And then we went to Istanbul and just beat Darüşşafaka in Turkey. And actually 4 years ago, or whenever David Blatt left the Cavs, he was the head coach there. David Blatt was the head coach there when he left the Cavs. But no, our team, man, like I said, we just came off, everybody's with their national teams right now for a FIBA Cup break. So we had 14 days between games, so we got 5 days off, just coming back for a little rest. But I like this team a lot. We play super fast, got a nice mix of mature guys who's been pros for a couple of years. Me, Isaiah, a guy named Jeff Roberson, who played at Vanderbilt, was with the Hornets on Exhibit 10. And then we got some young rookies that are good players. A guy named Prentice Hub that played at Notre Dame last year, stuff like that. So we play the right way. We're a dangerous team because we got like probably 6 guys that could go for 30 any night. But so we can score the basketball. Like we're one of those teams that we score 100 and everybody in Europe's like, you don't see that much, but we're one of that teams that's going to play fast. But
awesome. Nick, you got anything?
Yeah, so I kind of want to go back a little bit. I know that we mentioned your pro league, but I want to go back to so you played the 4 years at Western Kentucky, and then after your senior year, you entered your name into the 2018 NBA draft. You mentioned that you had I guess you had a pre-draft workout with the Lakers. How was that experience like? Go ahead.
I had like 8 pre-draft workouts, and then I canceled because I signed at Exhibit 10 and was going to get signed a 2-way with the Lakers, and I actually was back in Miami and got my hand broke by Amari Stoudemire. That's my boy. I got my hand broke. We were playing pickup runs and turn around and got my hand broke. So I got cut in LA, had a hand surgery, had 3 screws put in my hand. And then after that, I went to Dallas Dallas brought me in, and I went to the Dallas workout. And I probably wasn't ready. The workout didn't go very well, but I went because it felt like I had to go. But I wasn't. I was like 3 weeks out of surgery, and went in and tried to get it done, but didn't work out. And then that year in September, I signed in Italy, and I ended up playing 4 straight years in Italy. I had the opportunity in the summers to come back. I've had summer league invites. I've had mini camp, vet camp invites with NBA teams. But the problem was with all that people don't understand that, in Europe, if you wait till sign a contract in August, all the good jobs is gone. All the big paying high dollar jobs is gone. Like you're lucky, you're lucky. So it's tough to turn down guaranteed money. And I'm not going to, like, no disrespect to the G League, I'm not going to G League to make $40,000. Like I'm just, the G League's getting better. It's gotten better. But unless you're on a 2-way, and then even with a 2-way, all them you're paying. We don't pay taxes in Europe. What you see is what you make. Team pays the taxes on it. So when you can't, we get a free place. I'm free place to stay over here. Whatever I put in my contracts, what I get. I got 3 bedrooms, 2 bed. Whatever. This team here, luckily, we're sponsored by a Range Rover, so we all drive Range Rovers. So the life over here is not too bad. I actually prefer it. But COVID put a damper on me trying to get back to the league too, because everything got pushed back with COVID. There was no summer league and everything like that the second year. Because after my first year, I probably would have gave it another shot. I was like, all right, I'll go back. Then the COVID situation, I was just like, it's not worth it sitting here until September, and then if something don't work out, I ain't got a job. So I'm always a guy that, if there's money sitting in front of you on a contract, you got to take the guarantee route. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Got to take that back. And I think sometimes it's really a misconception, especially over here in the States. It's like people think it's the A. It's obviously the NBA is the big league, but I think people really sleep on these leagues overseas and the talent over there as well. And again, you talked about kind of the difference in what's going on, man. You talked about the difference in how the style of play between the NBA and overseas. And my question for you is, in terms of working on your game, coming from West Kentucky, everything that you experienced early in your career, what were some of the adjustments you had to make in your game to kind of translate over to the overseas route?
I mean, the biggest transition is probably like you got to be able to make an open shot. Like if you're open, you got to be ready to make a knockdown open shot, because the opportunities to score here are like if you see a guy averaging above 10 points in Europe, he's a damn good player. Like he's a really good scorer, probably. If you're averaging 10 plus, you just don't see it much. So like. You got to be guys. I've learned that guys make a living here of just like be able to make open shots, just open, like wide open shots. Because the guys make a living. But I would say that the biggest transition is probably, man, you just got to be the physicality level of it. You got to be ready, because it takes a toll on your body a little bit more than the league does. And people, I hear that NBA everybody says they play 72 game season and everything like that. Or what is it? It's 72 or 82. What is it?
82. Yeah.
82. Yeah.
82. Like last year, I was in Italy last year, and we was in FIBA Euro Cup. We went to the Euro Cup finals, got beat in Turkey. Turkish team had Sam Decker, Tariq Black. Remember Tariq Black played with the Lakers? Yeah. I mean, a dude named Jamar Smith from Indianapolis, a really good player. He's like a vet over here, like 34 years old, really, really good player. They beat us, but we went to the finals. So we went to the finals. I was got out here middle of August, didn't get home till the end of May, and I played last year. We played 77 games last year. I played 77 games.
Wow.
Like people don't realize, like we put, like the grind out here is real too.
Right.
We could, and the travel here is tough sometimes. Like when the travel is not as easy as the States. Like we're not flying direct into a city sometimes. You know,
Right.
you can have
You
some
got to
long
drive little
travel
Range
days.
Rovers, right?
Yeah. We traveling like, but like for instance, last year is some crazy stories. I was in Russia 4 weeks before the war broke out. The next week I was in Kiev in Ukraine playing a team in Kiev, and then a week after the war broke, we were playing in Warsaw in Poland. Like, so I mean, this
Okay.
life out here sometimes can just get crazy a little bit too. So
Right. Kind of going with CJ and out there as far as your transition, like what's been the hardest thing for you as a person being in a foreign country, not the U.S.? Like language been tough for you? Anything like that?
Italy, the language is a little bit tougher. Not everybody in Italy speaks. There are very few speak in the big cities. Everybody speaks English most of the time, but in smaller cities,
Okay.
like no one. But I was there for 4 years. I can speak a little bit of Italian enough to get by. I understand it all. But in Germany is probably the closest country to America, I would say. Like we got Five
Okay.
Guys, we got Subway, we got everything like that.
Jimmy wants to know
But
what your favorite German beer is.
man, everybody asks me that, but I don't even know any of the names of them really. Living in Italy, more of a wine guy. I'm a big
Okay.
wine
Yes,
connoisseur,
sir.
man. I'm a big wine connoisseur. I can put you on some good wines,
Okay.
yeah, I would say that's the biggest language is tough, but here it's not so tough because I live about 20 minutes from Stuttgart, Germany, and that's like one of the biggest American military
Okay.
bases in all of Europe. So you see a lot of Americans out here in
Hmm.
the city. Um, you better learn how to drive in Italy too. That's that place. If you can drive in Italy, you can drive anywhere, man. There ain't no
Okay.
rules on that road. No rules on the road.
So
So,
growing up in the mountains, did that prepare you a little bit? Because I have people come
yeah.
down here from Ohio and they're
Uh,
like, "Oh my goodness, I was going 20." It's like, wow, like I drive with my knees in these mountains.
yeah. So for sure that made it a lot easier growing up there.
Okay.
But
That's funny. That's funny. So you mentioned, so you played, I think, what is it, 3 seasons in Italy, and then this is your first season in Germany. Is there like a
I
difference in
played
play style
4 seasons
between
in
those two
Italy.
countries?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 seasons. Yeah. Is there like a
Yeah.
difference in play style between those two countries?
Yeah, they are actually. Germany I would say, is more similar to American style because how many threes are shot in the game. Steph Curry changed the game with that. We all know that, but a little more faster paced. Italian style, you'll run across a couple teams like that, but more so in Italy, the coaches, they're running sets like almost every trip up to court. Um, so more strategic, more lower scoring games in Italy than they are in Germany. Germany's more fast paced. If you want to watch some really good basketball, though, like European basketball, like it's like to watch is like way better than for me watching the league. I don't like watching NBA basketball until the playoffs. I'm not. I should say I really don't watch NBA basketball until the playoffs. I prefer to watch college basketball. Um,
See, I'm totally with you on that. When I say that they don't play defense until the playoffs, usually Nick gets
yeah,
upset with me, like they don't play defense. Come on, but it's different when it's playoffs. It's like they care finally. I'm
yeah.
totally with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, NBA, those guys are gifted too, really
Mhm.
talented. But it's such a, offensive minded game. And
I want to ask you this.
seeing it change so much.
So let's just not trying to be disrespectful to any player here, but could Steph Curry do what he does here in the NBA in any league over there? As far as because I'm using him because he's more smaller size. He's shooting the threes like crazy, and you're talking about the physicality is different over there. Could Steph be Steph over there, or would that like kind of not ever happen the way that they play?
Let me tell you
Or let
something.
me tell you, do it
Steph's
this
gonna
way:
be Steph wherever Steph goes.
Exactly.
is there anyone
There,
that you'd be
there,
like,
there, are,
okay, that wouldn't go here?
there are a couple guys that are gonna do what they do anywhere they do,
Right.
and that's That's the top tier guys in the league. You know, Kawhi, LeBron, KD, Kyrie, those guys, like, you know, Steph, those guys are gonna do whatever they do wherever they go. They're just so much head and shoulders above everybody. Like Luka. I mean, Luka for me is maybe the best player in the game right now. I mean, just
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
so these. I mean, what he does is he almost is. It almost looks like a little. He's like playing with little kids out there sometimes. His basketball IQ too, and people don't realize that he's 6'7", 6'8", 260. If he that we talk about it all the time in the locker room. If that man was to ever take care of his body, he's addicted to. I mean, it's a Serbian way though. All those guys, there's like that Serbian way, like Jokic, all those guys out that way. Teodosic is from there. You'll see Teodosic, even Luka. People, those guys after the game, man, you see them. You know, again, as soon as they get in the shower, they got a beer and a cigarette.
Really?
Those guys, I swear, man, they're a bunch of the European guys, man. There's a beer and a cigarette, man. So they don't care.
That's actually crazy.
But that's what I mean. Like, you know, like that's why I show a lot of appreciation to like Euro leagues and all that, because you see a lot of guys like coming from overseas, like Luka, Giannis, Jokic, like they're coming in, like, you know, they're prepared and they're really like going in already compete. So that's why I give a lot of respect to Euro leagues for really prepaing them whenever they come over to the States.
Because like, okay, over here you don't have like, they don't have high schools, like, so every program. We have like our team. We have a U19 team. We have a U18, U17, all the way down to U10. I think is what our program. Like, so you go to every club. It's what it pretty much they're called clubs out here. Every club has that. Like they have a little, and like they're really good guys. Like we have a kid on our team right now just turned 18 years old, and he plays on our team. Actually, he doesn't really get any minutes unless we're up or something like that. But he plays on the U18 team. But he just turned 18, and I think he's got offers from like Georgia, Vandy, like stuff like that. Like the kid can play. Like and for me, if I'm a college coach, I'd rather have those kids. They're out here because what you don't realize, they're out here practicing and playing against grown men every day. And in high school, these kids are not, playing against the other high schoolers. These high school kids are talented, but that's why you're starting to see a lot of Europeans coming into college, coming into the league. They're just more maturely ready because of the stature of like they're practicing with grown men every day. They're already like most of these kids too when they come here. Like our program here, our young program is really good here. So like a bunch of these kids that we have a kid from a Dutch kid, a Greek kid, a Serbian kid. Like they all come here and they play in our youth program because the youth program is really good. So. All those kids they're living, like I said, they're living on their own from 15 years old already. So those kids they mature quick, man. They have to.
Yeah.
So.
Man. So you talked a little bit about, you say you don't watch too much NBA during the regular season, you went to the playoffs, so you watch more college. So what's your expectations for your alma mater this year?
Man, they're talented. They're really talented. I watched them play the other night. They didn't play so well, but they got 10 guys. They're playing a platoon system right now, 5 in, 5 out. They're super talented because they got some depth. I don't know if y'all saw the kid that's playing there right now. It's 7'5". Jamarion Sharp led the country in block shots last year. Kids, watch for him on your draft board. The kid is a freak. He's, like I said, he's legit 7'5" and runs and just blocks everything. And he's just a really good. They got a transfer from Kentucky, transferred there, Dante Allen, really good player. They're just, and they got Boise State's leading scorer transferred there. I mean, they're talented. I would be really upset if they don't win that conference this year in CUSA. But like as far as the NBA though, I don't really watch it, but I keep up with. I'm a sports junkie, so I'm keeping up. Me and my boy, we talk about it in the locker room every day. So everything that's coming across on the media and everything I'm seeing, all of that. I'm a big Jayson Tatum fan too. I like Jayson Tatum a lot.
He's been cooking this year.
So he's on the thumbnail. He's going crazy right now. Yeah.
I played against him when he was in the EYBL when my last year in the EYBL. He was a little bit younger than me. He was like a kid, like 13 years old, cooking cooking in that league. Like I remember we was like, who is this kid? Like you looked at him, he looked like a baby in the face, and he was out there cooking. I was like, that kid gonna be special. So.
Yeah, I think right now him and Luka. I mean, the way they playing, what they're doing for their team, they got to be in an MVP conversation for sure.
Yeah, I think the next step is they got to get Luka a little more help. For them to make the next step. He's doing everything right now. They got to get him something. They got to get some help.
Yeah, it's looking like Harden, 2018 Harden. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like he's playing right now.
Yeah. I mean, I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
If you got to pick out of 3 superstars in the league that are great players, probably Hall of Famers, maybe top 25 of all time, but you can't win with them, who's the 3? You wouldn't have them. You wouldn't have them on your team because you can't win with them.
I think.
Who wants to go first?
I think everybody got at least one that they're thinking about. Let me see. As you said, so superstar that they're great. They're gonna go down as one of the greatest. But it's not a good fit.
Personally, you wouldn't have them on your team because you don't feel like you can win with them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Russ. Because of lack of floor spacing. Second guy, top 25. So this is all timer right now.
We'll say in the last 10, 15 years. We'll say that.
Last 10, 15 years.
I think Harden is one for me. I don't think Harden is ever going to win.
He's in my list too.
Interesting.
Just because, you've heard me for years now, I guess, for the past 2 years, maybe back when Amber was on the show with me. Harden is almost, he's a ball-dominant person that didn't pass the ball for a while. Last year, he did kind of grow into more of a facilitator, and that's when he was looking better as a teammate, but I don't really feel like he's that great of a teammate. I mean, you've had Fat Harden, you've had Trade Harden. I mean, what else is there going to be with this guys? That's why I don't like him. I don't think he'll ever win one.
I'll put Chris Paul on that list.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like
it's unfortunate.
That.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah,
and
I love Chris Paul. I love CP3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I got to put 4 on there, Chris Paul's on my list too. I love Chris Paul. I think he's one of the greatest point guards, whatever. But man, he just don't show up when you need him to show up. When he was in Houston, when he had the hamstring problem, they had a chance.
That was their chance.
They Phoenix last year.
Last year, then 2 years ago when they went to the finals.
2 years ago, that's just. I think he's a guy that you bring in now that he's good for your locker room to teach guys and be around. But there are a lot of guys, and I know a lot of guys in the league. I've been around a lot of guys. I've had shared agents with guys. I trained with them in the summers when I lived in Miami. A lot of guys don't like Chris Paul.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that.
A lot of guys don't like Chris Paul. Me personally, I've met him a couple times, been around him, played some pickup games with him, been in there. Don't have a problem with him. Cool, whatever. But a lot of guys that have been around him don't. I know a guy on that team.
Can you tell us why?
I know a guy on that team really well. One of my boys on that team that they just not good, man. Don't like him. I'm not gonna name drop
plays for the
anybody,
Suns.
Yeah. But so just.
It's Devin Booker. He's from Kentucky.
I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not Booker, but so I'm gonna throw a name out there that a lot of people don't like. Loved him. Loved watching his game. His game was fluent there. You can't win with Melo.
Absolutely.
Melo.
Oh yeah.
Melo.
I couldn't stand him. I have never liked him as a player.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Michael? You feel like a hater.
No, I mean, he's just going to be a superstar, but he will never win it. I totally with that.
Yeah, but you can Melo's game was just so. I mean, the early New York Knicks, that
Denver days, Denver too.
Denver days, yes.
Yeah, Denver days. That's what I'm saying. His game was just so.
Did you just say Ty Lawson?
Fluent.
I did.
So I like them, name. But you got to put James Harden's on my list for sure. Just James Harden.
Yeah.
Well,
if I had to say 3,
I just
No, I think Russ is in there. I think
Russ is. You gotta put Russ in there too, man.
Just can't shoot. Can't shoot.
Yeah,
And
Russ is in there.
You need that floor spacing. The thing for Harden, real fast, you said Harden. Do you think it was more about D'Antoni's system and he just kind of picked up bad habits? Because that five.
If you say that about Harden, then you got to say that about Melo and Phil Jackson triangle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't always blame it on the system.
That's also Derek Fisher's fault too.
Yeah, you can blame.
Knicks is out of here. They out of here, bro. They out of here.
Yeah.
Dysfunctional. It was so dysfunctional, man.
And I just.
What about Tracy McGrady? And that's going a little bit in a.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely T-Mac.
I can't say T-Mac because T-Mac was when T-Mac was healthy. T-Mac was Kobe level when T-Mac was healthy.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Orlando,
but
there were those debates. Like people were saying T-Mac was better than Kobe at one point.
Yeah, like I mean, but the problem with T-Mac is just gonna stay healthy. I mean, I know I've watched enough highlights too. The same thing we would be having the same conversation about is Penny one of all time greats if Penny could have stayed healthy.
Facts.
And people even another name that's going to sound crazy, and there's Grant Hill. Grant Hill was stay healthy. People forget how good Grant Hill was. You know.
Underrated is B-Roy.
B-Roy.
Brandon Roy.
Oh yeah, Brandon Roy. Oh my goodness.
Brandon Roy was so tough. I'm gonna give you one of my. I was watching the Redeem Team documentary the other night.
Netflix, yeah.
You know who's one of the most underrated guys of all time that people just diss? My man Michael Redd, man.
Oh my God, yeah, he was a hooper. He was a hooper. Mid-range killer, bro.
He was a bucket in Milwaukee, bro.
Man.
I think he just
had that release way over his head.
Oh my God!
Had the anniversary when he dropped, I think 57 or 54, like a couple days ago. So like
Red was automatic on the mid range. Yeah. There's a name too that I'm gonna bring up. I mean, I know he's probably not considered a superstar, but DeRozan.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Derrick Rose actually.
Derrick Rose is one of the best. You stay healthy.
Yeah, man. I love D Rose.
Most overrated point guard ever. Most overpaid. Kyle Lowry.
No, I can't. Before he went to Miami, I could agree with you, but now that he plays for the Heat, I can't say that.
I've been saying this for years, man. Like
keep it 1,000, man. Come on.
Man, my man don't even take care of his body. He's just.
I was saying this back in the Toronto days that Lowry wasn't really that guy, and everybody was on me. They were on me about it. It's crazy.
Van Fleet was better from day one.
Van Fleet is another guy. Proud, underrated as that. Yeah. He's very underrated.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm gonna ask you.
Michael, you all right, man? I mean, I know you took a shot at.
I'm okay. I mean, it's the truth, but Heat culture, Heat Nation, live it up.
I'm gonna ask you all this. So, like, do you guys think that Embiid can somehow get over that hump and get to the finals, like lead a team?
It's not a big man's league anymore, man. Can't. You could do it with Shaq back in the day when you could do it with Shaq back in the day when you could do it back when it was Shaq back in the day because Shaq was just so dominant and everything like that.
Right.
But now the game has changed so much, man. You can't just win with a big, you got to have
but it's
pieces
weird because
around them. Like, it's weird.
The past 2, maybe 3 years, like the MVP has been a big show on that, though. But, I mean, it's stats, I mean, I'm not taking anything from them. I mean, you're getting the triple doubles pretty much with the rebounds, assists, and of course the points. But
when you look at like when Braun won that title in Cleveland, if you replace him with the best big, they're not winning. They're not winning the title. If you take some of these teams, if you take a best big and you replace them in Golden State with Steph, they're not winning the title. Like, you can't win with
I agree with you, but at the same time, like that team is not designed for a big though, like.
But you don't see any team just like only team that builds their team around the big really is Denver. They build their team around Jokic, and Denver's not. They're still not going to win a championship. Right. That Denver team's not going to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a guard-oriented league. Like as far as what it takes to win, because you're not seeing any. How many back to the basket bigs we got left in the league? But can you do a bucket? 5.
Maybe Jared Allen.
Valanciunas.
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen's not even a back to the bag.
He's not
big though.
He's
he's just throw it up there and go get it.
Catch lobs like you might have. You could say Valanciunas.
Adams. But I mean,
you can't say Adams because he's just defense. Yeah. I mean, Jokic. You can say Carl. You can say Karl Towns. You can say Jokic. You can say Embiid.
I wouldn't even say Cat, honestly, to a degree, because Cat plays more of like a stretch big than me.
Yeah, now they got because it got Gobert. That was the worst. Yeah. That was the worst. I think that's
so bad.
Oh, here we go.
That's true. So bad.
Drummond. There we go.
Not Drummond.
No, he put LOL. I would say Cousins, but he's not even on a team.
Cousins used to be before the injury.
Because that's
who's that? Ayton.
But you Ayton. Ayton
Please, you got to go in depth with that one because CJ down here loves Ayton. Thinks he should get 15 to 20 shots a game.
I just think he should get some more shots. I mean, only averaging 12 shots.
Get him more involved in the offense. I do agree with that.
Hey, but my thing with him, Ayton, he wanted all that money and everything like that. Look at his playoff numbers last year.
True.
You know
true, but the Phoenix as a whole, they just sold collectively.
I understand that, but my problem with Ayton hasn't got any better.
I can agree to that. I can definitely agree to that.
Ayton hasn't got any better. I feel
like his footwork is awful.
It is. It's bad. Like I watched him. So we was playing my senior year of college. We was playing in the Battle of Atlantis, and we had Villanova first game. Villanova won the Natty that year. That's when they had 6 draft picks. They beat us 6 in overtime, and then we got the next game. We had Purdue. Purdue was number 3 in the country, and they had Carson Edwards. Isaac Hoff, the big dude. What's that? The white dude on the wing that could shoot, that plays in the league. He plays on a USA team every year for the FIBA USA team. I forgot his name. But anyways, we beat them. They were 3 in the country. We beat them, and then we had the winner of SMU and Arizona. Arizona had Trier, Ayton, all those guys, and SMU had Shake Milton. Then they had. They had a couple other guys, but anyways, and
what year was it?
I watched. This was 2018.
Okay.
So, and I saw Ayton play live in 18, and we were preparing for Arizona because we thought they'd beat SMU. Well, SMU beat them. We played SMU. We beat SMU, but that was in 2018. Fast forward 3 years later, I was in like Miami working out with one of my trainers there that I work out with. I was just in the city, got a couple workouts in, worked out with Ayton and them, stuff like that. It was the same guy, Can't make a 15-footer, couldn't, you know what I'm saying? If you're a big in the league now and you can't make a 15-footer, you can't play in the league to me, really, unless you do something crazy special. Unless you got DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard athleticism. And even that now, once those guys turn 30, they're like, I guess the new one, you know?
Exactly. I think you made a good point.
I feel like he has a decent shot, though.
So
I think you made a good point. You talked about, the bigs. It's kind of they're moving away from the bigs. I think now we're moving away from the big man era. I think we're transitioning to the forward swing, versatile forward swing like Giannis, LeBron, obviously Luka, that KD, Tatum. Those seems to be the guys now at the top of the totem pole in terms of the transition, because unless you have a versatile, and if you are a big today, you have to be versatile, like a Jokic, like Embiid, if you want to stay around. So I think that's what we're heading towards. If you don't have that 6'7",
you don't have that skill set.
Yeah, you don't have that 6'7" to 6'9", swing guy that can kind of do a little bit of everything. to build around your team, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, because I mean the game is getting smaller, man. The game's gotten so much smaller. Like you see, like I'm 6'7", and out here in Europe I play 4 or 5 most of the time. Like I play a lot. Like on this team, I played more 5 than I've ever played in my life because we play small and we run. We run. We play fast. We switch everything. We play. We switch every ball screen. Because I mean, because you think about it, we have a big lineup most of the time. If like we don't so much switch with the 1 if Prentice or small guards there, but if Isaiah is playing the 1, Isaiah's 6'5", Isaiah's like 230, big guard, man. Then we have a dude at the 2 like named Yorman. He's like a Cuban dude. It's like 6'6". Then our 3-man 6'7". Then we play me 6'7". So we can switch everything, and that's the way the league has gotten, man. You see so much Draymond playing the 5, and Draymond is, like I said, the same size as me. You see, I mean, even in Miami, you see PJ Tucker playing the 5. Like you remember that playoff series? He kept playing. He was playing the 5. Like, PJ ain't nothing but. What is PJ, 6'4"?
You gotta be 6'4", 6'5",
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The game has gotten so much smaller because if you can't shoot and do the little things now, like the game is tough for you.
I want to ask you guys this because this is something I've been thinking about. Do you think it's went smaller as far as bigs because where there are more threes being shot, like you don't have those rebounds really under the go or just right off the rim short? It's most of the time when people shoot 3, if it's missed, it's around 10 feet out when it bounces off. Do you think that kind of maybe, hey, let's get more versatile with our big guys who can get it and go as well because we don't have to bang down low kind of like Zion does, like we talked about. He misses that shot. He's got that quick double jump where he can get his small rebound to put back in. Do you think maybe that comes into play why we can play smaller bigs too?
I think so for sure because I think the game's so fast. It's tough for a guy like Steven Adams to keep. You see Steven Adams; those big guys don't even play as many minutes anymore because the game's so fast. You can't sustain to run up and down the court those guys for even 30+ minutes every night. It's tough for them, So I think for sure the threes.
Well, listen, Justin, I don't know how long you want to stay with us. I will talk with you all night. If you want to stay on here, I could care less about talking about anything else, just listening to you and all the stuff that you've done. I think it's awesome. So let us know whenever you do need to go out because, I mean, it's almost 3 a.m. your time. So just let us know. But where we've heard you talk about where you've talked about playing with Ayton or against Ayton or practicing with all that stuff, who was probably the one person who's like, oh, wow, I'm actually here now. Like I've made it, or, I'm relevant with these guys now. Like what moment did you have or when you did that in college, maybe somebody that you played against on another team, like, okay, yeah, we're competing. Like, let's go with this now.
Once you get in the basketball world, once you get to a certain level, the basketball world is super small. You might not know everybody, but you've heard of guys. Once you get, I would say once you get to like I don't want to say like a certain tier, I should say, like a certain tier without being, sounding crazy. But most guys, each other, and you got to respect for each other, and you can pull up anywhere. My life changed when my senior year of college when I left college, and I lived in Miami for 6 months, living in Miami, training every day. I trained with Ronnie Taylor, who trains any pro you can think of. But you remember the blacktop runs that was going viral in New York City with Gus Brigley?
Yes,
I played in those runs. I played in those runs a couple times, and
I played those runs.
Me and Courtney Lee are boys. He played at Western Kentucky. Me and Courtney. When Courtney was still playing in New York, I went up, stayed with Courtney for you, and I worked out with Brigley on those runs. But I've been in runs with James Harden's out there, Bron's out there, all those dudes is out there, and like I said, it's either you gotta think you belong, you gotta act like you belong,
right,
or you don't belong. So my mindset is like, it's always been my mindset. Like they're gonna reach down to tie their shoes the same way I tie mine. Everybody gonna put their shoes on 1 foot at a time. Everything like that. And once you toss the ball up, it's just basketball. Obviously some guys are way more talented than the others, but go out there and you got to that level for a reason. You're talented to be at that level. So that's always been my thought. So, but there's some plays like I was watching Giannis go through our workout one time. I pulled up and run. I wasn't working out. Was dealing with a little injury or something, and watched Giannis go by. And you watch that guy do some stuff. Now, you'll be like, wow, like only he can do that.
Right.
You can't. Even Bron can't do some of the stuff he does. Like only a guy that size, like only he can do that. And that's something special to watch. Like that's something like people don't realize like when he Euro steps and he dunks same hand, same foot instead of like a layup when he dunks same across his body on somebody. That's nearly impossible for 99.9% of the guys in the league. Like some of the stuff he does, like it's crazy.
I wonder how much ground he covers with his Euro step, because the dude's a giant. He Euros over one time. He's probably actually going about 8 feet on that, No wonder he gets around somebody.
Yeah, he's a definition of what you call a freak, I mean, he really is.
Freak. Yep.
It's another young guy. It's getting a lot of talk, a lot of hype. Victor Wembanyama.
Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Wemby and how do you see him, his game, everything translating into the A?
Wemby's a freak too, but the problem I'm starting to worry about is all these guys at his size, the injuries, man, of trying to be a guard and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna date you back. Porzingis. AD can't stay healthy. Chet now.
Bo, a couple years ago.
Bo.
Yeah.
And now him. Like I don't want to see. I want to see him be. Hope he comes to the best. But I'm starting to worry about these guys that are trying. Turning into guards at that size. Like they just can't. It's always something going on. AD has been. Everybody wanting to blame Russ, but I'm at the point where like. AD, what is AD doing for you now?
What you call him, Michael?
Come on, I knew it was coming. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I should have patented that just so you know.
Davis. Oh man. But yeah, no, I think Wembanyama, especially that's a great. The injuries. It's gonna be such a. That's gonna be the big factor for him. It was just part of the video that just dropped. Yeah. There's a video that just dropped of him falling, and he kind of got his leg got caught up. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I saw that on the free throw, right at the free throw line.
Right at the free throw line. It was scary. This crowd was like whoa, like it looked bad, but he got up. He was good, but just those clips are going to cause concern for a lot of these teams and of course fans as well. So hopefully he can stay healthy and get to it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think we're talking about Chet. Thunder drafted Chet, and he's not even going to play all year. Out in the. Playing in the Drew League game, and I know people like the thing like, why is he playing in the Drew League? Like we're hoopers, like we're gonna like you want us to go all summer without picking up a basketball, playing in a run or something like that. Come on,
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy. It's also good for the fans too. They may not be able to go to those NBA games. They may not be able to follow the NBA games. So you got those stars coming in. It's like when they come to the Rutgers, everybody comes out to watch those guys. At Dykeman, it's a movie.
But it's kind of funny that you say that because I didn't even think about it till right now at this moment. Like, but the beginning of those games, everybody's like, "Wow, this is awesome that LeBron is playing." So some of these fans that would never get a chance to see him get to see him. Then Chet gets hurt, and they're like, "Oh man, why is he playing it?" Like, which one is it supposed to be, guys? Like, media, make up your mind. I mean.
Right, because honestly, like whenever AD made a statement saying that he didn't, or he hadn't shot a basketball since like April, it was an issue. But now it's like whenever Chet or any of these guys are playing in the Drew League, really being able to compete, now it's an issue because they get hurt. I mean, it's the risk that you take at the end of the day.
Yeah. It is like we've been, like I said, injury's part of the game. I've had my fair share, and we know it comes with the job, but it's not going to stop me from going out there and hooping every day. Yeah, your body needs a break, but like this summer I played in the TBT. The first time I played in it, I've been asked every year to play in it. And finally this year I was like, all right, I'm gonna go give it a run, whatever.
What was that experience like?
It was fun, man. I went up to I played in with this team called Heard That. We got a bunch of Marshall alum guys. the region was held in Charleston, West Virginia. And it was crazy because we won the first game, and the second game we played against Best Virginia, which was West Virginia, a bunch of West Virginia alums. So like West Virginia and Marshall hate each other. I have no part of that. I have no part of that rival because I didn't go to Marshall, whatever. We play in Charleston Civic Center. And we walk in there, the joint 12,000 sold out. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is summer TET game. I'm out here supposed to be having fun, trying to win $1 million if we win it, whatever. And they, you know, it was serious. Whatever, it was a big deal. Like, it was a big deal. It was fun. You was talking about Rucker Park. They did the TBT at Rucker Park. I thought that was super cool. You know,
I remember that.
I know a bunch of guys that was up there playing in that regional, and they talked about how it was cool just to play on Rucker like that on a you know, like a worldwide atmosphere.
Yeah,
you think you might play it again this year?
We'll see. I gotta, you know, now these teams are starting to pay you some money to come play for them. So we'll see. You know, I'll never count it out. You know, somebody offer me a little bit of money to come hang out for a couple of days and play. I'm like,
right.
A lot of mine depends on if I got a contract signed or not. It's so late in the year. If I got a contract signed, I'll probably go play. If I don't, it makes it a little more iffy. You know? So.
That's fine.
Right. That kind of leads up to the question I wanted to ask you. So I know that you're really establishing yourself overseas, but if there was an opportunity, like if a general manager in the NBA or a scout kind of reached out to you personally, asked, you know, if you wanted to join this team, would you take that opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, it's just situation wise. You know, it's got to be the right situation, right fit. It's got to be guaranteed. Like, I'm not going to leave a team over here. Like, I had some calls. I've played really well this year, and you know, in my contracts here, and in what works in Europe, you got a buyout clause. So like, I'd have to be bought out. It's the same as the NBA kinda. Wait for this one. And you know, I've had some teams call my agent, not NBA teams, but over here in Europe, like trying to buy me out, like because I played well or whatever. And the situations don't make sense to me. My team's 10-1. We're number 1 in Champions League.
Right.
Money might be a little bit better, but it's this. As far as living situation,
all about situation.
Yeah, and you know, mine's about situation. Like, you know, my family, my wife and my daughter's here, so like they like living here. I got to take all of that into effect because you know I traveling so much. So I'm saying it's the NBA. Sometimes we're going for 7 days road trips at a time. You know, I got situation wise, they like living in this city without me being here. You know, stuff like that because. It's tough to take a 2-year-old and go pack up and keep starting over, and we do it, you know, enough. So why do it in the middle of the year? So situation's got to be right for everything for me at this point in my career.
That's a fact. Anybody?
I mean,
anything else? My connection looks like it's going in and out, so I was afraid to say anything.
That's all the questions I had. I don't know if y'all have anything else.
No, I mean, listen, we could kind of dive into, you know, the rest of the pod, and if Justin got some thoughts and you know what we're talking about, definitely he could hop in. You know, we kind of talk about the Nets, and now they got Jacque Vaughn as a head coach now. You know, they're making that transition, moving off of Nash. I felt like Nash, his style, just wasn't the right fit, and then also just from I just felt like he wasn't the right coach for that team. I'll just put it that way. And then in terms of who they have. Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons, they needed a different voice, and I think ultimately that's why, I got let go.
I agree with that. I think Steve Nash might be too much of a nice guy for that team. I think they need some discipline there. You know, sometimes you know, you ever heard another saying, less is more. Sometimes you know,
exactly.
that's why you see. I really like this Memphis team. Do I think this Memphis team can win a championship? Probably not. But if you watch them, man, they play hard. They play the right way. They show up every night. They love playing basketball, you know. And I think you see that team with the Nets with Steve Nash, like he has no control over that team, man. He has no control over those guys. And, you know, I think we finally seeing that Ben Simmons can't play basketball. Like, I mean, everybody he's not been, you know, and he's not the same Ben Simmons he was in his early Philadelphia days. People know how he plays and how to guard him now. He's not the same defender he was in Philly. He used to be a pretty good defender. I don't think he sits down and guard. I don't think he sits down and guards anybody now. And I just think I think that if he's available, or if he was available, I think that the right coach for that team, my favorite coach, one of my favorites, is Tom Thibodeau. I love it.
Did you see this afternoon, brother?
So
against the Thunder, 145 in a regulation game was.
Yeah.
I love
nasty.
Defense
That's
mind.
kind of nasty.
Yeah,
if he was just a coordinator and just focusing on defense, cool.
Yeah. I just think he could have some control. The three guys I think is the right guys for that job, and that's Tom, I think, Mark Jackson, and
Mark.
I think Van Gundy, man.
Which one?
Which one?
Oh, Stan?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that Mark Jackson, somebody's got to give him a chance, man. All the Warriors' successes are because of Mark Jackson. People forget that. Steph Curry. That's
the thing, though. But the thing is, like, he really elevated their franchise. Like, they went from being like a 25-win team to like a 50-win team within a span of like 3 years.
And let's be real. Let's be real. They were going. Whoever was the coach those next couple of years, they was going to win. It don't matter who the coach was. I don't think he really. I mean, Mark Jackson built that team and everything, but he's kind of been blackballed from the league as a coach. I don't know if you saw that. Y'all saw the Andre Iguodala podcast talking about that. About how he was just talking about
he's called Point Forward, I think, their podcast.
Yeah. He was on there talking about everybody wants to know why Mark Jackson doesn't have a job and everything like that, because he's such a good coach, and it's pretty much because of his faith, man. And a lot of it is like he don't have no BS in his locker room. He doesn't like people to be walking around his locker room cursing. They have like chaplain on Sunday, and it's not mandatory, but he's just invites guys and stuff like that, and Andre Iguodala dives more into detail about the things, but it's kind of one of the reasons he's like, a lot of guys don't like that, and the league didn't really too much like it and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm not in deep enough to know the real situation, but Andre Iguodala, like everybody was talking about, everybody thinks highly of him. And just that situation. It's a good listen if you got some time to listen to it. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to listen to that one. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I definitely need to get into that. I kind of want to dive into. My bad. Like, I wanted to dive into this real quick, because I know you said that you're an avid college basketball fan. What do you think about what Penny Hardaway's doing at Memphis? If you paid attention.
Man, they got that bag. Pay the NIL deals. That's all my biggest thing is with college basketball now. They've ruined it. NIL deals ruined it. People like it and everything like that. And I'm okay if you want to give some guys some money, whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But you got to set a cap on it. You got to put a cap on it. They got to be some restrictions on it, structures on it somewhere like this. And this where guys can just leave and transfer every year. Hate it, man. Hate it.
Absolutely.
You're not teaching guys anything. You're teaching guys, I come here, I don't play, I quit, go to the next school. I don't play here, I quit, go to the next school. Like, you heard my story. I went as a freshman, played 4 or 5 minutes a game. Sometimes I didn't play, whatever, but I knew that I had to get better if I wanted to play. I go back to the universities this summer, in the summertime, and guys think they should come in. Oh, they was the best player at their high school, so they think they should come to college and play 40 minutes. Like, and then if it don't work out, they leave. Like, I think NIL stuff has ruined college sports, man. I think they're going to realize that eventually. Like, especially these schools like the Power Fives, like Kentucky and Duke and all these guys. They got all this money they can pay these guys. Like, okay, I'm 18 years old. You're giving me $1 million. Why? My mom and dad don't have anything. Of course, I'm going to go take $1 million. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. Besides the basketball stuff, I don't care if I play a minute. I'm gonna go take $1 million.
Of course, easy.
So like it's a no-brainer. It's been a no-brainer for me. I mean, but you can't. They got to be some kind of structure, and I think that's it. I think it's going to come down to not who has the best players, who has what university has the most money. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to that. Like that's who's going to get all the players.
And that's crazy. Of course, being a Kentucky guy, obviously, Oscar, who won the most valuable or player of the year last year, doesn't really have the highlight to where he may be an NBA star or anything, but just his work ethics and everything like that, he's amazing. They actually was, I guess articles written that he could make more on the NIL coming back compared to where his projection in the draft would have been. Like he may have been second round or an undrafted sign. And they're like, if you come back to Kentucky, I think they were estimating he could make like $1.8 million through NIL's plan for Kentucky, and all guaranteed compared to going second round, maybe making $2 million with no guarantees on it. So, I mean, It's crazy how that is now.
It's no-brainer stuff. You saw did you guys see the quarterback from LSU, the backup quarterback or whatever? So he was making NILs like over $1 million in NIL deals backup. Well, he was a quarterback and he got beat out and he quit. But NIL deals is not like you can't cancel them. It's not off of performance based. Right. So he's not even playing. He's not even playing at LSU anymore. Stopped playing football and he's still getting all his NIL money.
Really?
So that's where they're a great line area. Like he got beat out for the quarterback job and he's still getting his million. So I mean they just got it.
Wow.
I mean.
So I could definitely see some more. There's gonna have to be some more writing involved with these. They might have to get agents. These college players, they might have to come out and get agents.
Yeah. But now they're the NBA. I've read they're going to change the rule back. You can come straight out of high school again. They're trying to change it back because they're it's just. And I think they're a great line there too because some guys are good enough to do it. You got to be. But think about the guys who have done it, like KG, Kobe, Bron, like they're Amari, stuff. Yeah. And then, you got to be somebody. They got to. I mean, a lot of gray lines in that area, I guess you could say.
Sure. Let's go ahead and talk. Unless you got something else, let's go ahead and talk about our MVPs right now, because I know Justin, you probably would like to talk about that, saying that you like Tatum. Yeah. You want to bring it up, CJ, and go with it?
Yeah, listen, I mean, Jayson Tatum's playing phenomenal. We got 43 last night. He's playing out of this world. The Celtics are 9-3. They seem to be very motivated based on what happened last year. Their disappointing season, losing to the Warriors in the finals. Tatum's been going crazy. He's been going insane. I think right now.
Let's not even mention the situation with their head coach.
Oh well, yeah, exactly. Everything that happened with Udoka, and Mazzulla comes in. Is doing an excellent job. I think you got to put Tatum in that discussion. I said earlier, Luka is always going to be in discussion for the rest of his career. Same thing that goes with
Giannis.
D. Mitch as well.
Donovan Mitchell as well. Yes. It just speaks to the parity of the A. It's just so many. It's just so much talent, and it's just great to see. It's not just one guy that's going to win the MVP 4, 5, 6 years in a row. It's going to be a variety. It's going to be a mixed bag. And mixed play styles too. So like when kids growing up and they see how Tatum plays, you see that's Tatum. You see how Luka plays. Obviously, Giannis a little different because his measurables. You got to be different. You got to be built different to play like Giannis. But I just think it's beautiful for the A right now. Just a variety of different guys playing at a high level, different styles. It's just art, and I think Tatum is going to be in that category. He's playing at a high level, putting himself in that top 5, top 7 in the A, and if he gets the MVP and possibly could get the Celtics back to the finals, I think that'd be great.
Shooting dice, Michael.
Practicing, boys. Practicing. But what I really like about at least this year so far, early in the season, is it's other than. I mean, let me just go ahead and say it. You don't have your usual names. Like it's almost being a passing of the torch as far as your MVP race right now, I think. It's not LeBron, it's not AD, it's not Kyrie, KD, or any of those names that you would think, hey, always in there. Even Steph, I'll say. But right now it's, I think NBA.
If the Warriors were better, Steph would be in there.
I'm fine with that. But like right now, I think it's Giannis number 1 from NBA.com. Number 2 is Luka, which those two would probably be more of your like every day that we would think. But then we got Tatum, who's number 3, and then number 4 is Mitchell, and then 5 is John Morant. So it's a lot of these younger guys that we're seeing a transition possibly of a new era of basketball or a new, I won't say generation yet, but that's what I'm kind of like now. It's not these LA teams, the New York teams, like that. It's some of these teams that are these lower market, and you're like, okay, these guys are still good, and they're in the MVP talk now. So I'm loving that part of it where you're seeing more, and we haven't even mentioned Zion. But, we'll get into the Pelicans at some point in the show.
My thing with the MVP is I think you got to put Donovan Mitchell up there for sure for what he's doing in Cleveland. Like, people don't realize how hard it is to play in Cleveland. And people thought he was going to go there, hey, Cleveland, blah, blah, whatever. It is really impressive to be doing what he's doing in Cleveland. Like, I mean, no one expected that, I don't think, either. And I'm a big guy on MVP. I'm a big MVP guy. Like, who's the most valuable to that team?
Right.
And Donovan Mitchell on that team. And Donovan Mitchell on that team is just, I mean, he stands out. And I think that's why we're seeing Ja, like, he's going to start being in those MVP races because Ja just is another guy who's just so valuable to his team, and he's going to be valuable anywhere he goes. Like, he's going to be successful any team he goes to, I think. And then, like you said, we're starting to see the passes of the torch. We saw the LeBron, Steph, KD era for so long, and I think the KD fall off has been like kind of like a Tracy McGrady fall off, like a superstar to like.
Really?
KD's still KD, but he's not like, it's like KD is.
Okay, that Achilles injury really there. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think it's. It's not as bad as like a Tracy McGrady, but KD is like, I think his like, he's just kind of like, no, you don't hear everybody talking about KD every day like you used to hear everybody talking about KD. Yeah, I think his run was a pretty good run, but I think his run's over. I think the KD run's over. So the passion of the torch, like you said, you named probably 5 guys. You got Giannis, Luka, Tatum, Ja,
right,
and Donovan Mitchell. It's probably your 5 guys now.
And still Zion if he can stay healthy. Zion as well.
God.
I mean, that's 27 and 7 every night, man. Like, it's light work.
Do we want to explain to Justin like what this whole thing is going on?
You sound a little hesitant when you said Zion. What's your thoughts on Zion?
He's got to prove to me that he can stay healthy, man.
Great.
This is what I've been telling these two for like the last 6 months.
No. But that's
Pause.
a given.
Pause. No.
Automatic
I
caveat,
have said all summer long that the Pelicans are going to be top 4, maybe 3.
No. You think the Pelicans are going to the finals? You think they're going to the finals?
Hold up.
I'm not going that far.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hold up. And I said because the way that they played last year without Zion was pretty impressive. So you add Zion to that team, they are top team in there. Now, even if Zion's not healthy this year, I think they're still going to be a top 6-5 team in this league because the way CJ plays with BI there, Valanciunas as well, this team is legit. And I didn't even say Zion right there. So Nick has been the haterade of us big time over the Pelicans.
I'm gonna give you a hot take, a real hot take.
Let's hear it.
We love him.
With McCollum, people don't realize how good McCollum is. McCollum is
facts.
Ingram is nasty. You can go and get I will say an above average team, a player, and replace him with Zion, and they will finish in the same spot in the playoffs as if they had Zion.
Wow. That's hot. That's a hot take. Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Michael?
I mean,
I disagree.
I'm gonna say this, Nicholas. I'm not mad at that because with those other players that are stars on that team, Zion, yes, he's going to get a lot of points, but there are the CJs and the BIs are going to get those assists that they probably could create themselves and pass it to another person to just score. So I'm okay with that. I am totally fine with that. I think having Zion backs them off a little bit, puts them on more of a reserve, but yet they could take over games if Zion wasn't there. So I'm totally fine with that. I love this Pelican team. I mean, I have not ever said that I didn't love it. So,
I mean, I think they're good, but do you think you can win championships with Zion?
Yes.
Right.
With this team,
we just mentioned that like
Zion.
bigs are not able to win or like are not able to lead to like a championship. We just mentioned that.
Zion's not
earlier.
big. He's just fat like I am. Okay,
they got four guys that can score 30. Well, let's say 25. Let's say 25. Valanciunas, he scored 30, but let's say 25.
I like Valanciunas. I like Valanciunas
too. I like him too.
I like him. Zion, he got the most unstoppable move in the A right now. The left. You can't stop him going left. You can't stop him going left. You can't stop him going left. He just they try.
But you know that. You know he hasn't played in a playoff. He hasn't played in a playoff series yet.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's perfect that you have guys like McCollum, Ingram that can kind of create their own shot on the outside. So they play that 4 out, 1 in essentially. So he can work in that paint. And it's to me, I don't think anybody could guard him. So I think they have a perfect team. I think the way David Griffin built that team. I think, and then the young guys that got off the bench and Trey Murphy, Alvarado, got Herb Jones in that lineup too. I like their team, man. I like that. I think they're going to be, of course, the playoffs. We got to see them in the playoffs.
My problem with the playoffs with them in a 7-game series is you have Zion and Valanciunas on the floor trying to guard a Boston Celtics team.
If Valanciunas probably won't play. Probably won't be in that lineup. He probably won't be in there.
Exactly. So you eliminate a 2010 guy on that team. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think that's where they.
So who do you replace him with? A guy like Jackson Hayes or something?
Nance. Probably gonna have to
Nance.
Nance.
Okay.
Nance. Got to be Nance. Somebody can defend a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Defend. That's my only problem with that team.
Even though you lose one guy, even though you lose one out of the 3 out of 4, you still got 3 guys in that starting lineup.
I think Larry Nance is actually has become a lot better player than people expected him to be.
Oh yeah, easily. Especially since he had the outside shot.
I like Larry Nance. I think he become a player like a lot of people. I think people don't realize how much the Lakers gave up when they gave up everything they gave up.
Man,
now we're all the Lakers.
We could transition. We could transition to them right now.
But I'm saying that the Pelicans really got better off of all of that. I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job by getting rid of Lonzo. I think they did. Yeah. I think they've done all the right things.
It's
not
such
like you said, they did a good.
I like them so much.
Not to mention next year, if the Lakers still suck like they are all year long, there is a chance that they have a good shot at that number 1 pick. The Pelicans have that pick.
But if you
know what I'm saying, the Lakers don't have a.
Let me tell you something. No, let me ask you all this: if you're the Pelicans, do you take Wembanyama though?
I take whatever probably comes my way. It's a trade offer.
You do?
I mean, I'm definitely going to see what they're going to offer.
I would take him. Man.
I would
take him, bro. I know
you take him and get rid of Valanciunas.
I think you have to take him. You know, if your team has the opportunity to get him, I would say.
If you don't take him, you're going to look like the dumbest franchise ever if he becomes great. So for that,
well, I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, Scoot is pretty good as well. Scoot Henderson is really good.
No, but they don't.
You're telling me if Victor doesn't become a decade or a generational player, if he does that and the Pelicans passed on him, you don't think like this is going to be like a 30 for 30, what we could have had from the Pelicans if they drafted Victor?
This is what I'm gonna give another thing. The Pelicans, you could see them trade that pick at the trade deadline if they're making a hunt for the championship. I'm gonna tell you why. You could see them if they think they could go win a championship this year with the team, because they got a good young group. Because McCollum is still pretty young. Ingram's young. Zion. You could see them trade that if they could get something really valuable to help them win a ring this year. I think will that happen? Probably not. But I think it's something.
You mean like a Bradley Beal from Washington?
I don't know that Bradley Beal's the right choice, but it would have to be I don't know. I just think that you could see
because their lineup is pretty. Their starting 5 is pretty good.
Exactly. So
already.
So
it's gonna,
let's keep going with that then. Like, what would be that player, or who would be that player that you're looking for? What position? Because, I mean, how are you going to trade the chance at Victor for someone that's going to make this team better?
I mean, it's like I said, it's just coordinating. If you see them, if they're like a 3 seed, and they really think they got a shot at winning a championship. What do they need to win that championship? What do they at that point? Because you're a Pelicans organization. You're not seeing New Orleans trying to win a championship every year. So
right.
you
Right.
those places like that only get one shot at it, and they're going to do everything they can to try to win it. So I think if you see them down at 3 seed, down there, and they think they can really win it.
Oh, they will be the 3 seed.
Yeah. then
You can
then
count the
I
bucket
can
on that hot take.
then
Oh my God.
I can see them maybe making a move like that just because throwing everything at the house to try to win a ring.
Well, we thought this team right here, before I'm going to the Lakers real fast, we thought this team was gonna be tanking to try to get Wembanyama, but the way they're playing right now it doesn't look like they're gonna be in the playoffs, and that's the Utah Jazz. I mean, Laurie Markkinen right now is playing. He's got to put himself a little bit in that MVP conversation. Obviously not
MIP.
to the level. Yeah, yes, not to the level. MIP for sure. MIP for sure. No doubt. But what's your thoughts on this Jazz squad? Because so many people slept on them, and nobody thought they'd be this good. Nobody thought they'd be number one in the West. And also another team too, the Trailblazers, another team that people did not expect would be this good. Everybody said trade Dame is crazy for staying, taking the money. And now they're 9-3. So what's your thoughts on those two teams that have kind of been slept on but now playing great?
I like Jazz a lot just because you give a guy who's so offensively talented like Jordan Clarkson, you give him that freedom when he just doesn't have to think about anything else, and you give a guy like that freedom, like that Jamal Crawford freedom kind of,
Yes.
You give guys like that freedom where they gonna go out and they're gonna take 15 to 20 shots a game, and if they go 1 for 16 one night and come back the next night and have a good night, those guys are dangerous and they make your team really good. And then, like you said, Laura, when he was in Chicago, before he left Chicago, he was a really good player. He went to Cleveland, was okay, whatever. When he was in Chicago, he was a really good player. And it's the same thing you're seeing with, I think Utah is the same thing you're seeing with like Memphis. Like, okay, Ja's a star in Memphis, but no one else is really a star there. These teams, when these teams buy in, man, to what they're supposed to do, and they show up every night. Same thing with the Trailblazers. Those guys, they love playing basketball. They show up every night. They do what they're supposed to do. You got guys in LA like the Lakers. They're getting old. They don't gel right together. Trying to make people happy and stuff like that. Shit don't work. Shit don't work. Like I said, sometimes less is more. Like that's why you're seeing in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell loves to play basketball. People like playing with Donovan Mitchell. That team is really, really good. And so I think that's the same thing you're seeing in New Orleans. Those guys are young. They like playing basketball, and they don't get as much recognition as all these big teams do because they're in New Orleans. You're in Utah. You're in Portland. You're not getting that recognition, so you're just going out and playing basketball every night. It's not that you being from New York, it's not the same. Like when you showing up to Madison Square, you got a lot of pressure on you. Julius Randle went from they loving him to like, his mental health is,
right.
exactly like
one of them too. Let me tell you, he hates him now.
New York is tough, man.
It's not hate. It's not hate. It's just what I see, bro.
But
it's what I see.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's like, New York's a tough place to play. Is it really that tough to play in New Orleans? No, the fans are not going to. If you're 8th seed in the playoffs, or if you're a 10th seed, I don't know if the fans or the people in New Orleans really care. If you're making the playoffs in New York, then people care, and you don't, they're bashing you. So, like, I think that plays a lot into it.
They don't even like Randall's kids.
Because, yeah, bro. I've been in places personally, like I played in places personally, like in Europe, like the team I played for 2 years ago. The pressure there, playing there, we sold out every game. You play one bad game, you lose. I mean, the stuff they saying to you on the internet, like, it's crazy. Like, okay, people, I don't care what anybody says. Hoopers be like, I don't read that, I don't see that. You see it.
Of course.
You see it. Like, we see it.
Everybody
like,
has a phone.
Like, we see it. Like, yeah, everybody has a phone.
Mhm.
We see it. Like, but I'm talking about the pressure from playing there to, like, where I play now is, like, night and day difference. Like, you go out, we do hoop, we win, still, it's our job. Like, we're supposed to win games, but
Right.
there's a difference. There's a difference between the two cities and the two places I play. So it's the same thing there. Like,
I agree. I think in New York it's already established. I think New Orleans, they got to build that.
Sure.
They have to build that winning culture
Yeah,
for them to have those type of fans. I agree.
For sure.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but like, is there a place in the Germany leagues or anywhere that like this is where the celebrities go to? Like, New York, you've got all the different celebrities. LA's going to those. Like, is there a place like? And
like
what
are you
kind of
talking about
celebrities?
like you talking about like celebrities showing up to the games to watch?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
for
not
sure,
even just
for sure.
American celebrities. Like, I don't know.
European show. Oh, for sure. Like if you're playing in Milan and Olympia Milano, they're owned by Armani Exchange. Armani, the brand Armani, he owns the team there. So Armani's he always sitting courtside, so there are always stars there. In Germany, that was in Italy. In Germany, like next summer we play in Alba Berlin. That's a EuroLeague team, so that's the place. The stars there, and then in Germany you have Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is the same. It is the same. Their soccer club and their basketball club is the same. Like it's the same organizations. So you play there, they're gonna be celebrities there and stuff like that. So I mean, you have your cities you show up to, but European games are crazy, man. European games, like when you playing in Turkey or you playing in Jerusalem. It's gonna be sold out. The fans is gonna be lighting flares inside the arena.
I've seen those clips. Yeah, that's crazy. I've seen those.
It's gonna be wild in there, man. You're gonna walk out to your bus, and there's gonna be about 100 security guards with riot shields, like guide you to your bus and stuff. It gets wild out there, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like playing in Everett's here in
But.
Man.
I mean, I had a question for y'all. What do y'all think about this? I know Michael said he's a Heat fan, but what about all that money they gave my man Duncan Robinson, and what do you think they're doing down there?
I think Miami's cooked, man. I'm sorry.
No, don't you dare say that.
Well, the thing is, like, you gotta look like they were the one team in the East. You saw a lot of teams. Boston got better, obviously making the finals last year. Cleveland got better. Atlanta got better. But Miami didn't make any moves to really elevate the team.
They did make moves.
We know they got to the finals a few years ago. We know that they got to the conference finals last year, but they didn't really do enough to really elevate their team from last year. And that's my issue with Miami.
Hero, it's about to be Jimmy 2.0 down there, okay?
Back up. Falling in love with the Miami life instead of the Miami Heat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's a good take, right?
Michael, where's your guy holding these guys accountable? Where is Udonis Haslem holding these guys accountable? Where's your guy at?
Listen, he's a player. He's not a coach. Okay, so back off.
Udonis Haslem. Yeah, that Duncan Robinson contract. It looks tough. It looks bad. It looks bad, man. They thought they had a starter, and now Max Strus.
Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and get more minutes. It's crazy.
Took the spot, man.
I seen something. I can't remember who it was. I was wanting to talk about that, but Strus is somebody's asking about him in a trade for somebody. Who was that?
He's a bucket. He's a bucket.
All right, I got one more question for y'all. One more question for y'all. Then I gotta get off.
All right.
Give me who's the most. Who has been the most overpaid players in the NBA in the last like 10, 15 years? Got the fat contracts and like what? Who gave them this money and why?
Gobert.
Gobert.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great answer.
Gobert's one.
Whiteside.
Y'all know how I feel about that.
Whiteside's a good one. That's a sneaky one. That's a sneaky one. He wasn't really elite, but yeah, he got the bag and just.
I mean, he got the bag and said, "I'm out."
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes.
That's a good one.
Barnes is pretty good. Barnes is pretty good.
Come on,
but not for what he.
Money,
right. For not for what he.
Hell, even Gordon Hayward's making $30 million a year right now.
Gordon Hayward.
Timothy Miles Goff is a good one too. Yeah, Hayward definitely. Oh my gosh, it's glass.
Hayward's just throwing out the money out there.
Gordon Hayward was really good in Utah because he fit that system.
Mhm.
That was that system,
Right.
surely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Luol Deng. Yeah, Luol Deng was getting paid
Yeah.
for like another like 6-7 years.
That Luol Deng
Yeah.
contract was so bad, man. Oh my gosh.
And then, I mean, you gotta. I think I hate you. You're gonna hate me, Kyle Lowry. I think he got overpaid.
For the
I'm
Heat
so
deal,
glad
or
stuff.
It's
on
okay.
Toronto.
I think every deal he ever got.
Every dang.
I'm
So much
glad
hate
somebody's
out
on the same page as me,
Wow.
man. Because I've been super critical of Lowry over the past few years,
He's
man. And everybody just gave me
he's
slack
average.
about it.
He's an average point guard.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
always
can,
felt
I
that
mean,
way.
you
Kawhi
can
pulled up
find-
and just made him a champion.
you can.
I'm gonna be
You
honest
can
with you.
find five. You can find 5-10 more Lowrys in the league right now and pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not getting that bag and give it to him.
I mean, here's the good one. Kyrie and his last deal. I mean,
Yeah, but
not really
Kyrie's
played and-
Kyrie, man. Yeah, but you can't. I mean,
Kyrie's worth that
Kyrie-
money, though.
Yeah.
On the
if
court,
he's
at least.
not playing.
Is
I mean-
Jalen Brunson worth that money he just got in New York?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
You think so?
I'll say
so.
that. I'll say
so.
that.
It's
We will
I'll agree
see.
with
It's
CJ.
just everything. It's just everything else around on the team. I mean,
I agree with that. I
yeah,
agree with
just
that. We can't say yes or no until they put some people around them.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
I agree with that.
I just feel like Randall and RJ.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the win combo for the future,
No.
in my opinion, in New York. So, but I think Brunson's definitely here to stay. We needed a point guard badly in
Yeah.
New York. So
Yeah.
he's a beast. He's nice. I like his game.
I like him. I told you I played against them, but we got Chandler Parsons. Chandler Parsons wild money for years, bro.
Please, I
Chandler
forgot
Parsons.
about him.
He had talked about that on All the Smoke too. It's crazy.
What do you play? Like 30 games over a course of 4 years or something like that?
He
You
got
got
like
$100
$130
million?
Yeah, 130 something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah,
That's wild.
Chandler Parsons. Yeah.
Wow.
Nicholas
man.
Batum
Wow.
in Charlotte.
That's a bad one too. I forgot about that. That's a bad one. Yeesh, that's a
What
bad
about
one,
what do you
man.
think about Ayton and his deal? I mean, that's worth the money, right?
I mean, he already said how you felt.
Oh,
I mean,
What was
let
Kimba's
me tell
contract not like in New York, CJ? You remember?
Kimba was on a short deal. He was on a short deal.
Okay,
yeah.
The Boston deal was the 4-year.
Yeah, because I remember MJ didn't want to give that bag of Charlotte.
Yeah, all right. One more question too. What do you think about all these guys we're just seeing all of a sudden just like fall out of the league lately? Like Kimba,
Like Dwight.
Dwight, all
Yeah.
these guys are just Melo. Like
Melo.
we're just seeing them
Cousins.
just.
I think
It's
Dwight
like,
Miller should get another
God.
chance. Sucks.
It's tough. It's tough to watch. You know, one, just being a fan of those guys, growing up watching those guys for so long,
Yeah.
dominate the league. And then
I
for
agree.
two of those guys, injuries for Kemba and Dwight, they just haven't been able to. You know, after they had those big injuries,
Yeah,
Dwight with the
yeah,
back,
yeah.
Kemba with the knee.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
sad.
With
It's
the
sad.
Achilles.
I don't know.
Right. But the thing is that the NBA is also getting younger. Like a lot of these teams are not really believing in like a lot of veteran guys.
It is. But then you see guys like Rudy Gay stick around for a long time, man.
That's
So,
true.
going to
Rudy
Utah.
Gay,
You know,
George Hill.
I think the difference between Rudy and guys like Dwight and Melo is that Rudy was really good in Memphis.
embrace his role.
Yes, he embraces.
He was never like a franchise guy. Yeah.
Exactly. I think teams are hesitant and getting guys that are older and used to be superstars because they might feel like they still have that superstar mindset, and it could potentially hurt the team that they're on now. So
that lifestyle can hurt the young guys too, man.
oh yeah.
The young guys. You know, that's why you see, UD still in Miami, just locker room guys they keep around. That's why you saw Dunleavy stayed in LA for forever. Kendrick Perkins is still around for a long time. That's why we still see James Johnson in the league. This locker room guys. I don't know if you've seen the Mark Cuban thing. It was like, you can have one knucklehead in your locker room, but you can't have two because they hang out together. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mark Cuban said that you can have one knucklehead in your locker room, but you can't have two because like they hang out. They hang out together. Like, which it makes sense. It really makes sense. So, but guys, man, hey, I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir. It was a pleasure having you on,
Yeah,
brother.
so yeah. So best of luck to y'all and everything in the future, and stay blessed, y'all.
Awesome.
Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it
Yeah,
again.
well.
Yep.
Have a
All
great
right,
rest
man.
of the season, man.
All right,
Yes,
Good
you too.
season, brother.
appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Right, that was Justin Johnson.
Yes,
Great,
sir.
great
That was great.
I thought we was only getting maybe like 20 minutes.
20, 30 minutes.
That's what I thought. Like I thought it was gonna be the same as the Seth Greenberg interview, but
Uh-huh.
no, that was good.
Yeah, that was great.
Cool
That
dude
was
right
great,
there.
man.
Cool dude.
Justin, man, appreciate you again for stopping by.
Especially 3:30 in the morning, actually 3:40 a.m. in Germany right now, and he took time out to hang out with us this long. Of course, before he came on the show, he said, he'd be up playing what was it?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty anyway. So I mean, even makes him more real. But again, played at Western Kentucky, grew up here close. Actually, the place that he grew up was called Inez. If you'll never hear that again, but went on to play at Western Kentucky University. Now overseas, played all over the place. Of course, as just recapping a little bit, he talked to us about he had some opportunities to play in the NBA, but it didn't work out well. Where he broke his hand, 3 screws, I think he said he had in it. I want to ask how he got that because that almost sounds like but I didn't want to go there. But awesome job what he did with us. Can't praise him enough for hanging out with us and just talking NBA with us. International basketball. It was so cool on that. But what else you guys got?
We talked about did we even talk about the Lakers? I don't even think we did.
We didn't really talk about it too much. Only one point I wanted to make, and it's something I was thinking about during the week. I was going to chop it up with the guys on Sunday.
Okay, what we got?
I love how he came in it with a serious face. So I was remembering, I want to chop it up with the guys. Cackles on us here.
just looking at. And listen, I know
Nick's face. I understand. It's pretty funny too.
Nah.
I'm waiting.
I know hindsight's 2020, right? Man, Rob Pelinka is so bad. Bro. It's like okay. So
hang on, before you keep on going, let me just do this because I feel like you're about to go on a.
Well, hang on. I kind of want to get into what Michael said. So okay, so
let's quick little 90 second little chop up.
I'm trying to put you over here on the big screen.
On the big screen.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Your moment. Let's go.
It's just it's just listen, man. They get and Perry, I know you're in here. Chris, I know you're in here, man.
Perry, you need to listen to this because your GM sucks. Let's just keep it real.
You guys know what time it is. You guys know what time it is. Objectivity is key. 2018 or 2019 when they traded for AD, they just gave up their whole young core. And Kuzma was supposed to be that one young player that was supposed to stay with LeBron and AD and help propel those guys. That was supposed to be that kind of mini, kind of quasi big 3, 2.5, whatever you want to call it. They trade him. They let him go.
Don't forget him now.
Caruso, yeah. But I mean in terms like I just see. I
saw bring
more,
Caruso in this conversation. Come on, man.
I saw more potential in Kuzma. I saw more potential in Kuzma than Kuzma. I know you just.
Kuzma was a superstar.
Hang on, CJ. Before
Caruso was.
Before you go further, CJ.
Superstar. But
before you go further, CJ, let's just admit, and this is what is it? But here's the thing, like. But no, it's like this. This is why I have a problem with Laker fans because back during that time span, Kuzma was their guy. Mm-hmm. Nobody believed in Ingram. Oh. Everybody was calling Lonzo a bust. It was Kuzma that was going to be the next superstar. I remember they were giving comparisons to Kobe and all these other guys. Like Kuz was their guy, and then I remember telling guys like, "Yo, be patient with Ingram. Ingram is going to be your guy. Be patient with him." But Laker fans, you know how it is. They don't want to be patient. They want to be in win now mode. Now, all of a sudden, he goes to New Orleans. They trade for AD. Kuzma's not playing well alongside guys like AD and everything. Now it was like, oh, we should have kept Ingram. Like, I told her this like 3 years prior. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ingram was that guy. Like, even at Duke, he was that guy. Everybody had a problem with him being too skinny and this and that. So, Laker fans is really annoying me. I'm sorry. I love you, Perry. You know you're my guy. I love you, man. But some of y'all Laker fans is really annoying.
For me,
I
it's not
knew
even
this was
fans.
going to be coming from Perry, and it's a legit comment, so I'm going to bring it on in here because I want you to finish, Nick, because I was going to say it myself. I mean, they did win a championship with this trade.
This is the Lakers. This is not just one chip. Because here's the thing, like LeBron already has a chip, but nobody's going to call him like top 5 Laker just for one chip. No.
But here's my thing too. Like, have we really thought about when LeBron's done? Like, I'm not saying he's abandoned ship or anything to that, even though there's been pictures of him leaving the arena with like 5 minutes to go in the game. And they're down by like 80. But like, if LeBron does just say, "Hey, I'm done. I'm signing with someone else that he has done numerous of times," or he just says, "I'm hanging up my cleat or not my cleats, but my shoes and I'm out." The Lakers have nothing then when he walks, because his next draft pick or their next first round pick is what?
2026.
27, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. No, it's 26. I said 27 yesterday by mistake.
Okay, so 26. And I'm just thinking, like, think of all the other teams when LeBron left. Like, they were bad for quite a while. Like, this is going to be basically the same for the Lakers. Like, we've not seen the worst of them if they don't figure this out fast.
Well, the thing the thing is, unfortunately, like, you're going to get more value, like, if you do trade LeBron. Like, I think that's the one guy on the team that has the most value. So you can't. I mean, I feel like if you trade a guy like AD, you're not going to get a lot. If you trade, Russell's going to be a free agent after this year. But if you trade anybody else, you're not really going to get a lot of value. So that's why I used to argue with guys like this whenever they talked about trading LeBron. But he's the one that has the most value on the team. So you're probably going to get more if you trade him than you're probably going to get with anybody else. I mean, I'm not saying you trade LeBron. Like, I don't think anybody's stupid to actually do it.
Well,
but
no,
it's
no.
like,
I'm not trading for LeBron. It has to be situational. I'm not gonna gut my entire team. I'll just end up like the Lakers.
But let me ask you all this too. Let me ask you this real quick and I'm not trying to be that guy because y'all know I don't like LeBron. But if he were to be traded, do you think that would hurt his legacy a little bit too, though?
No. I feel like whatever LeBron does at this point, I mean, no one really cares. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna hurt him. Like, in my opinion. Like, I mean,
that's what I'm asking because I think there's never going to be a story that Michael Jordan was traded. Like,
LeBron could play another 5 years and never play a playoff game. I don't think it hurts his career. That's just my opinion.
What?
Another 5 years, yes. He's already his legacy stamped already. He's in year 20.
I've got CJ. Which one are you saying? What to? I mean, he passed out on that.
Healthy though. Healthy.
Okay, maybe healthy, yes, but like we're not expecting. Like, I'm not expecting a lot out of LeBron now at this stage. I mean, he's already shown signs of decline.
Because his play or the team.
What's that?
Or both. I said, is it because his play or is it because of the roster or is it
probably because of the roster? More so because of the roster.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, because even like when MJ was with the Wizards, like, he didn't make the playoffs. Like, in Kobe's last 4 or 5 years. He didn't make the playoffs. Yes, but LeBron has got to be 38. So he's pushing 40.
He's 36?
He's 37. He turns 38 next month.
Okay.
He's 38.
He's pushing 40.
So we all think of this comment from Perry because I have a feeling we're going to end up having Perry in here with us.
Right.
The ultimate goal, Nick, is the championship. How many championships or franchises haven't won? Why are we not talking about the Clippers?
Perry, we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the most storied franchise in the history of basketball.
I'm with you on that.
You look at all the greats. Magic won 5, Shaq won 4, Kobe won 5, Kareem won, I think, around 5 with them. Like, this is a team that, like, when you assemble, especially when you have a guy like LeBron James, who many people consider the GOAT, your expectations are high to win at least multiple championships. One should not be enough for this franchise. Especially, I mean, look, I don't agree with that, but that's people consider him the greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's popcorn.
It's gonna. That's a debate that just is.
And come on, Perry, comparing them to the Clippers. Come on, man. Come on, Perry.
Listen,
you know better.
So Perry brought up the Clippers. They're not deprived of any type of criticism. Like I'm not saying that they shouldn't be criticized because one,
Yeah, definitely.
Kawhi, you know, if people call him part-time Kawhi, that something happened with that ACL surgery. It must have been a failed surgery, or because we haven't. This is. I feel bad for him, bro. I really do.
I don't know what the future's looking like, man.
I don't feel bad from the standpoint, of course, because of making the bag, but in terms of like us just not seeing him play, it's just. Like, I thought he'd be back ready to go right now and helping this Clipper team, you know, contend in the West. Something happened in that with that ACL surgery. They must have been a failed procedure. Something occurred because. But that's why
I even asked on Twitter.
Why does he need knee management a year post ACL? Like he took a whole year off last year, so it's like So Jamal Murray's back. He's hooping. So like I'm saying, something happened with that surgery, and
Perry, just get in the chat with us because
get in here, Perry. Get in here, man.
I think he's trying to. I think Kawhi is trying to. He brought the chip. I'm just saying it's not a failed job by him overall.
AD
you
brought
talking about Pelinka?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
You talking about?
I said AD brought it.
Okay, so if he's talking about Pelinka, then okay. But I thought he was talking about LeBron. I thought we were talking about like this team overall.
No, I'm talking about Pelinka, bro.
Pelinka's looking funny.
My focus is not on LeBron because listen, people call him GM, this and that, and he's the president. He's really running the show, running the team. If he was really running the show, running the team, he would have shooters around him, right? Don't you think?
Yeah,
I agree.
Don't you think if he was really the GM, right? Because he runs the team. Don't you think he'd have some floor spacers around him?
Listen, I feel like we get into the spacers and the shooters every episode we talk about with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have any. They ain't got none.
But I just want to say, looking at them right now, they're 2-10.
2-10.
They're about to be 2-11 after tonight because I got Brooklyn winning.
Oh, that's
hey, Brooklyn's looking good right now, actually.
I was about to go in the picks. He was about to go in the picks. That's good though. That's good that you have went there. But I just watching them play, man. And just looking at their record, it's just I don't know how the season's gonna play out. Like, how do you guys think the season plays out? I'm hearing trade LeBron, trade AD. I'm hearing some of that from a little bit from y'all. So, you know, what do you think happens here with this team? Because
I don't think the Lakers can turn around. That's my opinion.
And the reason why I keep talking about the spacers is like I just don't. You're gonna need that to try to pray and get back to 500.
It's also the formula for a successful LeBron team. It's a formula.
It's a formula for every team.
But mostly LeBron. You know, he won championships by having great shooters around him. In Miami, Ray Allen, Mike Miller, Cleveland, he had guys like Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith. Even in the bubble year, KCP, Danny Green. This is the formula.
Here's another point too. I don't think these GMs and executives, I don't think they like Rob Pelinka, bro. I don't think they like him.
Well, let's just be honest. Like the reason why he probably got that job was because of Kobe.
Well, he's cool. He has a good relationship with Jeannie Buss, and you know, once she took over, you know, that's who she was comfortable with. Remember, Rob Pelinka, a former agent. And agents don't always have the best relationship with executives and teams and things like that. So when these agents become top executives on basketball teams, these executives and you know, some of these guys in front office of these other teams, they remember those relationships and interactions that they had when you were an agent. So I think that plays a factor as well in terms of him. Maybe he is making calls, trying to potentially make moves.
I feel like that's not fair either to a degree.
But it's not fair, but I'm saying I think it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's fair, but I'm saying that it's happening. It's happening, and it's just this tough situation right now. I mean, again, 2-10. And LeBron, he's not playing great. He's out right now. He's not playing. Yeah, he's not playing great right now. He's struggling. His shooting splits look bad. It looks bad.
And then AD can't shoot the ball for nothing.
And what was it? Westbrook has the best shooting percentage on the team and the most threes after
Mhm.
everyone was bad mouthing him for his shot.
That might be a good thing in terms of if they want to flip that. I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, Russ is coming off the bench, so now it's telling other teams, hey, he's willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Listen, he's willing to come off the bench. If you got that right head coach, though, you need that right head coach. You don't got that right head coach, he's not coming off the bench. Same thing with Melo. That's why Melo didn't want to come off the bench with Billy Donovan as his head coach. It's clipped for that. Nah. Who?
Do we need to dive into Darvingham? Because Michael, we were all talking in our group checks yesterday, and Michael has some thoughts on Darvingham.
It's a fair point.
No, now I don't have thought. Hold up, you make me sound like a bad guy here when I come at it. All I'm saying is a lot of times people badmouth Vogel last year, and you guys did too. And now
I just don't think Vogel tried. Like Vogel didn't make any adjustments. Vogel just really gave up.
Head coach didn't try.
To me, it didn't seem like he really made enough adjustments. It just didn't really seem like he really tried, in my opinion. Like that's just how I viewed it, because the Lakers really weren't that good last year. I know they're not good this year, but at least I see Darvingham making these necessary adjustments, adding Matt Ryan into the rotation. Well, I mean, because of the start, yes, they do look worse, but in my opinion, coming into the season roster wise, I thought they were a little bit better. But the reason why I don't really criticize Darvingham is because I at least see him trying to work with the best that he got. He's adding in guys like Matt Ryan into the rotation. What's the name? Troy Brown, I believe. And then adding Russ to the bench. So I at least see him trying to make some adjustments. I didn't really see enough adjustments from Frank Vogel last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just saying that in years past on every team, even with the Brooklyn Nets that we're talking about, and I'm not saying Ham's a bad coach, but there's always been a firing if you start 2-10. So, and I don't hear anyone bad-mouthing Ham at all. Now, I don't think Ham's a bad coach, but I'm just wondering how come he's not getting any of the slack. Because, even other coaches that were fired when LeBron first went there over the bad teams, the coaches were fired pretty quick, Was it Brown that was a Laker and coached for
Mike Brown?
5 games? Yeah, and they fired him.
Well, that was different, though. That was a team that had Kobe, Prime, Dwight Howard, and everybody. So they had higher expectations. I mean, coming into this year, the Lakers, let's be real, the Lakers had no change in expectations.
They had Dwight Howard and Kobe, and this team just has LeBron, AD.
Yes, but it's a difference, because coming into this year, let's be real, nobody has championship expectations for the Lakers this year. Nobody does,
and that's the bad thing. And Perry, I understand where you're coming back. Other teams aren't getting any slack because they haven't won it, but at the end of the day, we're talking about the Lakers. Every year, the Lakers should be in the conversation for a finals. Correct? That's the caliber of a franchise. This team,
especially when you have the so-called "quote-unquote" GOAT, not my GOAT, not my GOAT.
And I'm just saying. I'm really trying my best not to say that LeBron must not be the GOAT, because he would be better than this. The team would be better than this. I'm not trying to throw that in there because you all know I hate LeBron. I just don't want to keep going to that.
That'll just be a bad take, though, if you were to say that.
You don't think,
because you plug any other superstar in this current situation right now, their record may not be 2-10,
right?
So it's a better team.
But how much better? They're going to win a championship? You think Giannis wins a championship with this Laker roster? Absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
not a chance.
Not even close.
But if Giannis was on this team, do you think it would be a better team?
How? I don't think so.
I don't. Who's going to pass the ball to the paint?
He ain't going to pass it. He's just going to go in there and jam it. Don't even worry about it. Everyone just stay out. But I actually like what Justin said. Never thought about that LeBron where he's waiting for the 3 seconds on the D to move out and then attack. That was genius. Yeah. LeBron's genius on that. That was a compliment for me. So I don't know. I just feel like, if a Steph Curry was on this team, that would help that team more because he is a shooter. He is the shooter. Now, what else could go on?
Face, yo.
CJ, I think CJ's camera froze.
You believe that?
I'm just trying to talk with you on this out. I haven't really put much thought into it, but having a shooter that can actually spread the floor out with Steph Curry, would that help? Because I don't think a 2-10 team with AD, LeBron, and Westbrook should be a 2-10 team. that should be good. Now, of course, we know that they need shooters.
Yes,
and they don't
because
have
of the
shooters.
names, though. Like you're basically naming everybody on paper. Like, yes, we know that these three guys are all-star caliber players, but we all know that this is not a fit. We knew that Russell Westbrook was not a fit with this team. I mean, and look, I know that he's playing well and off the bench, but we all knew that him and LeBron were not going to be able to coexist.
This reminds me of what was it, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, who else?
Kobe
was
and
on that
Shaq.
team that went to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah,
The Lakers that were good players, but they got kind of more up in their prime, and they weren't their original names. Like it was the sequel where you had fake actors playing the same names, but they weren't that good.
The difference with that is those older players, Karl Malone, Gary Payton, they were role players.
Yeah,
All the players on the Lakers now are supposed to be the franchise guys, the superstars. If Curry's on this Laker team, what you think their record is after 12 games?
Oh, I have no idea. As for 12, I think it might be more than 2-10.
Think so?
Maybe 3-9.
I would say at least. I would say at least like 4-12. I would say at least 4-12.
4-12.
Or no, 4-8. My bad. 4-8.
I was going to say 4-12 after.
Yeah, my bad. 4-8.
Yeah.
So you do think, Steph? So you let CJ give me that awful face while I talked about that. It didn't back me up at all.
I don't see. I mean, okay, 1 or 2 games. What's that?
Okay, so
It's still better.
By 2 games?
it's really. I mean, it's still not. It's still not that great.
4 games after 24 games.
You put
it would be 6 games.
If you put any superstar in with that roster right now, rookie head coach, it's gonna be it's gonna be a similar record. If it's not 2-10, okay, we're 3-9, 4. You guys are right with me. I mean, it's just be off
okay,
but a game or 2. It's not
we're
like
all
saying,
on the same page.
Like we're
yes,
saying,
I agree.
It's gonna be a
okay. So
there's no savior that could go to this team and make it look.
Here's the thing.
I agree.
Here is the thing here. Respect to all the women, but Jeannie Buss is ducking the smoke here because there's no way Rob Pelinka should have gotten an extension after they just missed the playoffs. They just missed the playoffs. There's no way he should have gotten an extension.
When did he get an extension? Like recently?
Or wait, Rob Pelinka, didn't he? Did he just get an extension? I thought he did.
I wanna say that you said that like right before the season even started, wasn't it?
I thought he did.
Oh, Rob Pelinka extension.
Fact
Did he
checking.
not?
Here we go.
I'm about to say, did he not?
Yeah. 22.
I'm about to say, yeah.
2025, 2016.
That's what I'm saying. Like he should have never gotten an extension, especially after they just missed the playoffs.
Yeah, right before this. Yeah, this was right before the season started. Yeah.
October 8th.
October 8th.
Yeah.
I think it's just again, Jeannie. She's
Here is that Lakers
friends.
fan right here in this comment. We're talking about how bad they are.
you like the Lakers jerseys?
What do you think about their jerseys?
I actually like them. I like them actually. I got the game right above me. I actually like them.
I have not seen them. I'm going to have to go look at them because there's been some nice jerseys come out this week, I think.
You like the Warriors? Oh, Nick, you like the Warriors jerseys?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Oh yeah, was that a moving screen or not? Against Cleveland.
I didn't even see it.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
you
didn't
did
see
tweet that
it.
you wasn't watching the game. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah,
that was a moving screen.
Which jerseys are the Lakers? Oh, I bet you Perry just shared it.
They weren't the home white jerseys, or like not the home white jerseys, but I guess they're like alternate white jerseys.
The white and purple. Ooh, I actually like that.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those daggone Charlotte jerseys, because that was.
Yo,
listen.
This is your PSA. Michael Jordan. Hey, bro, listen. I will hand him my resume right now to help your franchise, bro. And in any aspect, marketing, team building.
You should have went with Hornet, not Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, because he's gonna lose LaMelo. He's gonna lose LaMelo if they don't figure this out.
Oh yeah. LaMelo, easily.
So, bro, Michael Jordan. I know you don't have social media, but man, we can make this a clip. You can hire one of us, somebody, bro. Yeah, you need you got to figure this out, man. You got to figure this out right here. You gotta really. LaMelo just came back against Miami. That was his first game back. First game of the season. His debut against Miami, 15-6 light. Bro, Mike, bro. I mean, you were the Bobcats, then you went back to the Hornets, and we haven't seen any progression. You had a coach, then you fired him, then you brought in another coach, then you brought in the same coach you fired.
And I like Borrego. I liked him a lot.
No. What's he doing right now? Where's he at?
He was solid.
Oh, where's he at now?
I mean, he's nowhere now, but it's like, I mean, look, he at least tried. I mean, hell, they got to the play in the last few years. I know they got blown out of both of those games, but hell, he at least tried. I mean, now let's be real. Defensively, they stunk. I will give you that. Defensively, they were not great, but hey, he at least tried. I think he's a better coach now than Steve Clifford. I don't believe in Steve Clifford. Personally,
when I first saw those CL,
that was bad. That was bad.
What does that mean? I thought it was like I didn't think it was an acronym for Charlotte at first. Honestly, I really didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was like CLT.
Especially when they had the jersey. The number 1 was the jersey. Like, use any other number but one that looks like an I with the CLT. Come on, guys.
I just, man, I will hand in my. I'm about to go on LinkedIn. Right
I asked my wife.
MJ needs to fire the entire staff, bro. Fire all of them.
I showed the picture of the jersey to my wife, and I said, "What do you think this is?" She goes, "Oh my goodness, who would wear a shirt that says that on there?" And I was like, "It doesn't say anything. It's CLT with the number 1, honey. Calm down." And she's like, "That is inappropriate." And then, of course, I showed her the Cream City that they had a couple years ago.
Milwaukee.
Like I feel like we're just trying to be borderline with some of these jerseys. Like putting the 1, I was like, "Come on, guys!" Like, and CLT, that don't even make sense for Charlotte. Like it should have been, if anything, like
it should have been CHA.
That's
CHA.
right. Like, what?
Yeah, like the actual abbreviations on it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. When I saw CLT, I was like, "What's that?" I thought it was like some type of call.
If we're talking about abbreviation.
Where's he at, Barry? On the show, man. Let's chop it up.
Borrego needs to get another coaching job soon.
Yo, Borrego, pull up the CTB, man. Chop it up. Chop it up, champ.
See, that's like, I mean, you said CTP, like count the bucket. That makes sense. It's not like COB for count the bucket.
I honestly don't think Jordan is just. I don't think he's doing anything with like in terms of.
He's not.
I don't. He doesn't have his hands on that team, bro. He just doesn't. He doesn't.
What is he like? What is he known for his team? Slapping Malik Monk on the side of the bench.
Because to me, it's like when he played, he put his all in the game, bro. I was just watching a video on YouTube. It's like called "The Mind of Michael Jordan" or something like that. It's like little quotes that Michael Jordan was saying from like his rookie year to pretty much the prime years and to now. And you just listen to what he's saying, how he played, his expressions. I don't see that same, and of course he's not playing, but I don't see that same drive and energy into the Hornets. I don't see that. Mm-hmm. And I just what's you got LaMelo? I don't know what's going on there. CLT.
CLT is bad.
God bless.
Y'all could have did anything else, man.
Anything else.
I don't know. Just
literally anything. Like that's why I said, why not just put Hornets in a way, abbreviation of Hornets instead of
HOR or something.
I mean,
maybe not HOR. Sorry.
Why not just go back to Buzz City?
Yeah, probably not.
Why not just go back to Buzz City? Like just go back to Buzz City, bro. Like,
Buzz City was nice.
Yeah, you don't have to make it. Man,
I think they try to get too clever on here sometimes. And
I really would want to sit down one of these days, soon in the future. I really want to go to these teams and just sit down with these.
We need to go to the big mansion in North Carolina. Find a way how to get in there and talk with MJ. We need to have a sit down
because I just want to understand what those meetings are. I really want to sit down in one of those meetings and see like what's it like, and when they talk about what they want to do with the jerseys, because it's like when you map this out. Nobody. It's just a bunch of yes men in there.
Perry, come on, man. This is. Come on, man. We got children watching.
Sadly, possibly. I made sure there was no one watching on my Facebook before I shared the comment.
Michael's kids are watching. No, I was kidding.
No, they in bed. I gave him a melatonin at 7:30 because I said I'd be on here at 7:40 waiting on him. 7:45. I said, "Here's some melatonin. Get out."
It's not like my family. Like just give him this medicine. I'll knock him out.
Listen, they were coming up the stairs because they stayed up probably about 15 more minutes after that, and it works good. About 30 minutes, they were all whining coming up the stairs. They're like, "Yep, it's working. Just get you all in the bed. Go on to sleep. Come on."
Man, it's just, man, I just don't know what's going on over there in Charlotte, bro.
Whoa. Embiid had 59 tonight.
First player to have, I don't know if y'all seen that. Let me pull it back up. He's the first player in NBA history to have 50 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks in a game.
Congratulations. Phenomenal game.
In vain.
Need to see it in the playoffs.
I mean, you're right. That's
Well,
when his hand hurts.
Name me one signature Embiid playoff game.
Game 3 this last year against Toronto when he hit that game winner.
Okay.
That's probably the one.
Okay.
And anything else, I don't know.
Yeah, anything else? Yeah, that was a good moment. But yeah, outside of that, so yeah, this congratulations. I don't want to take away from his night. This 59. Wow.
No,
wow.
Murray said.
But honestly, I mean, just
I mean, it's true though. It's true. I mean, he hasn't got out the second round of his career.
Right.
So I want him to have those type of games in the playoffs so we could appreciate his greatness. That's all I'm saying.
Who was it against?
We talking about the game winner? Oh, you talking about tonight?
Tonight.
I don't know. I didn't say. I just saw it on Twitter real quick. Hang on. They went up against Utah. They beat Utah. So good team.
Okay. That's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive. But I
Nick's about to see Utah. What's that? Tuesday. They about to get splat. Trust.
Yo, 145 points, bro. Oh my goodness. 145 points. Jeez. Shout out to SGA. He had a good game.
Yo, bro.
That was bad.
Nick, do you need a big screen again to talk about the Knicks defense?
Suck, bro.
I didn't even watch the game today. I'll be real. I didn't even watch it.
Good. Good. You didn't miss it. You missed it.
Yeah. Good.
You didn't miss anything.
It was a lot of offense though, but jeez.
CJ, where did you rank them finishing in the East this year?
I had them 8th.
The Knicks are still good. Like I'm still kind of a small believer in the Knicks right now. If RJ
You're only a believer because of CJ.
No.
Do you see my?
I believe in Jalen Brunson. I believe in Jalen Brunson.
I believe in him. 15-man roster, bro.
If RJ can figure out how to just get his offense going, I think that is a big issue for me. RJ just cannot get his offense going on a consistent basis this year.
Because his handle, he doesn't have a handle. He doesn't have.
So if it's on a consistent basis, is he trash then?
I wouldn't say
trash.
that.
He's just. Here's what it is. Jalen Brunson, salute. Good player. Sometimes a cone on defense. Sometimes. Randall and RJ, it's not it. It's not it. They're not going to be. They're not those guys that take the Knicks where Knicks fans think they're going to go. They're just not those guys. They're not those guys.
Lefties are not it.
Yeah, they're
Brunson's a lefty?
Yeah, Brunson's lefty. Yeah, they're just RJ's he's a nice player. He's a nice player, but he's not. Even though we got him third, he's not taking us to the promised land, bro, at all. Not even close. I just told you his handle. He really doesn't have one. No mid range, no handle to create his own shot off the dribble. It's just cross over to the left hand and, kind of finesse your way to the basket. If there's an elite big in there, that's clipped. If there's an elite wing that's guarding him, boxed. So again,
I wish I could make shirts and come up with some really cool shirts, but I want to RJ and Julius Randle like playing together, high fiving or something, and like have over top of them no handles and Randle. That's my shirt I want right now.
Hey, listen, man. I just keep it real. Play Obi. Give Obi some love, man.
Obi needs more minutes. Yes. Obi needs more playing time.
And Justin, we love you, bro.
I knew this was coming up next.
I know you said Tom Thibodeau, man. I don't, and I'm pretty sure he's not watching any Knicks games. He's Justin's living his life slow right now in Germany. So, but
Thibodeau's is a good coach.
You said what?
he's a good coach.
Not for this Knicks team. Not for this Knicks
the
team.
Knicks team. Where he does like only like the 7-man roster, pretty much like he might need to be going back to college.
But now he switched it up now. Now it's not the 7-man roster; it's 10. But that plus 3 get like 7 minutes.
Gotcha.
That's what it is. That's who's like. So he's changing, but not really. But not really. So now it's a 10-man rotation. But
some people are asking about Quickly, aren't they?
Some teams are asking about Quickly because again, Tom Thibodeau doesn't know how to use him.
You're asking about him because he's a Kentucky boy. Let's be real.
No, that's a report. No, that's
is it
legit?
Actual report. Yeah, that's actual report from
Nikolai. Back off of me, man. I don't appreciate
it. Yo, Obi Toppin played less than 15 minutes, got 10 points. I think that's an issue for me.
I mean, it's been an issue for me since he got drafted.
Yeah, but hold up. You can't. I mean, not that I'm ragging on Obi here, but 10 points in a 145-point game. I mean, sounds like everybody was scoring in that game.
What do you expect him to be, like a top option offensively? Like
no. You're just saying like, hey, like he played less than 15 minutes, had over 10 points, didn't you? Or was it vice versa? Either or, but like, I mean, everybody was scoring. Like, I think I could have had 10 points on that game. It looked like.
Man, nah, but that. I mean, I see what you're saying, but just in general, Tibbs just doesn't play him. I mean, so
right.
He's a good.
Perry basically said here what I was trying to say.
That's the perfect take.
Yeah. This isn't the 2011 Chicago Bulls. Basically,
yeah, right. Man. I mean, he has Obi Obi's one of our best finishers, but he just stands in the corner the whole game. So that just tells me all I need to know about Tom Thibodeau offensively. And then he's supposed to be a defensive guru, and right now we're last in defensive net rating. So, and then the offensive net rating we're 28th.
Well, you've watched way more Knick games this year. How do you feel about Hartenstein this year?
I like Hartenstein. He's a good player. He's a good player. Not a great rim protector. I like the little floater off the roll. He has that little nice little push shot. I like that shot. Another lefty. He can shoot his free throws, so he could be in the lineup late in the game. And if he gets fouled, he can knock down free throws. I like that. He can space the floor a little bit. He's not really a stretch 5. Like, he's not a guy that's going to shoot 6 threes in a game. He may shoot maybe 3 and hit one or 2. That's not really his game, but he does have spacing to where you have to respect that. So it does create lanes for some of those other guys. But he's a nice. It's a good pickup. It was a good pickup. Brunson and Hartenstein were good pickups. My thing is the coach, and then our 2 wings. That's it. That's what it's going to come down to. You need wings and good coaching to win in the NBA, and we don't have that. So that's why they're going to be 500. Now they're going on this road trip next week. They play the Jazz, the Thunder again. The Phoenix, and
they'll beat Phoenix.
The Nuggets.
You think they'll beat Phoenix?
Those are all L's. Those are all L's.
Even against OKC again? You don't have no faith in them against OKC again?
Bro, what? Bro, you just see this tonight?
Yes, okay, I know what happened today, but you don't think that they can make adjustments to beat them? Because OKC played great, but let's be real, they're not that good of a team. Besides SGA and Josh Giddey and these guys.
290 points in that game.
Yo, what?
I'll let again. 280 points.
They gave up 145 points with no overtime. SGA had great selection by iHeart. Great selection. Salute to that brother. Yes, sir. But yeah, 0-5 on that road trip. Come on, guys, stop it. Worth a share screen?
Worth a share screen.
Not all.
Perry, what are you doing, brother?
Nice shot selection.
Perry said he's sick right now, boys. I don't know what's going on with him. But listen, Giddey had 24 points. Shai had 37.
Triple-double.
Triple-double? Who?
Giddey. He had a 24-point triple-double.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 rebounds, 12 assists.
Again.
Dort had 24, and AJ had 12. Wiggins had 3, and Williams had 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Jay Williams had 8. So, I mean, it's really all from their starting 5 that get all the points, but still.
Yeah, SGA.
Randall had 25. Cam Reddish had 26. Brunson 17. Let's see here.
Cam was amazing tonight. Cam was he was the only guy with common sense to go to the basket because OKC
had 24.
Quickly had a good game. Quickly Cam, they're playing well. Cam tonight again. He was smart. He was the only real smart guy on the team. And you went to the basket. Tonight. They have zero. The Thunder have zero rim protection. They have Pokashevsky at the 5. It's a nice player, but he's not blocking shots.
Well.
Pokashevsky. Yeah.
Poke was like 7 feet, like 160 pounds. Like
how come RJ is playing 19 minutes as the starter here? Like,
he had got a foul trouble in this game.
Okay.
Because
I was going to say Sims played more, Quickly played more, even Fortier played more minutes. That is, and Fortier 20 minutes, 0 points.
Yeah, this is just disappointing. Yeah, this is disappointing because I expected RJ to be like all-star caliber this year. I thought he was going to take the leap this year, but it hasn't been that.
We can tell
so far. What do you mean we can tell?
I mean, really just the same player. I mean, he did improve his shooting. His shooting did get better.
What are you doing?
Whoa! I guess for our podcast when we put this out,
he said those likes. He said those likes are crazy. He said those likes are crazy, champ.
I've gotten better.
He said those likes are crazy on the timeline.
I've gotten better.
He said Nick Andre like what? What?
Nikolai.
Nick said he what? What?
I hate how Twitter does that though. It is showing everything that you like, bro. It's so bad. I've gotten better though. I've gotten better.
No, you have gotten better, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the choices you were a couple months ago. I was like,
hey man,
chill out, bro.
But I do what you want, bro. That check mark now, so.
Elon Musk is a scam, dog.
Yeah, that was hilarious. He added Elon. Nigga added Elon. I was like, yo, please take away my check. I was crying.
Because I paid for Twitter Blue for the longer videos and the edit. And then all of a sudden, like 10 minutes after I paid for it, I got a blue check. And I was like, oh, cool. That's okay. All right, cool. And the next thing you know, I saw everybody else getting blue checks. And I was like, okay, now it's kind of like not cool because now everybody else got it.
Because everybody else paid for it like I did. Now it's not cool.
I might put the $8 down. What's up? I don't care what nobody think, bro.
I mean, it is like
Twitter's the Matrix.
People are talking crazy about it, but it's like, yo, you ain't got $8. Like, come on, you ain't got $8.
I don't care what people say. Oh, you got to pay $8 to get a shot. I don't care what you do. If you want to pay for it, cool. If you don't, who cares? Everybody's so caught up.
I'm not paying for it, but I don't know why there's even a conversation about it. You know, like
listen, if I get it, and if I post stuff that we're doing, and it gets like
legitimate
interactions and stuff and traffic,
right? Does it help as far as that?
I mean,
it definitely does. It does. It does give you recognition, but. The issue with the blue check is that, you have a lot of these smaller accounts that are getting the blue checks, and now they're impersonating themselves as other people. Like, even like a few days ago, they're impersonating themselves as LeBron, and even as Adrian Woj. I ain't gonna like a fake Woj page got me because it made a statement saying that the Nets had released Kyrie. And I was like, oh, snap. They like the Nets got rid of Kyrie. Exactly. Then I had to look, I was like, oh, dang, they got me.
Crazy.
I'm just happy to say that I have not fallen for any of those yet, so I am proud of myself.
You normally do.
Are you guys getting a little like just notifications on Twitter from the CTB account that just random that like what Nick just said, like that's how I saw that Woj tweet, that fake Woj tweet.
I do. I get it sometimes.
Because I would get notifications, just random notifications, just based off the account.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm not even. We're not even following these people.
Following that person.
We're not even following the people. And then I guess it's based off of our account.
Basketball.
Yeah, it's basketball.
Algorithm.
Right. So so the algorithm is
that's the word.
That's what you're trying to say. Oh my bad.
That's what you're trying to say.
I didn't know. I really didn't know what you were trying to say, bro.
That's what you were trying to say.
No, seriously. I thought you was trying to say something else.
Nope. Algorithm.
Oh my god.
Tough word, boys.
I'm like this stuff is just popping up on my phone. Like I got the notifications on, like for somebody's tweets. I'm like, who is this? I pay Life is Perception. Just don't be the same 100 follower athlete fan account with the check mark. Exactly. You know how many athletes interviews I'll get? Yeah. That's how bro. It doesn't matter. Yeah. If you want to do it, cool. If not, cool, bro. I mean, it's your money.
I wouldn't do it for my personal account, but I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care to do it like for our Count the Bucket account. That way, people actually look at Count the Bucket and think, there's a blue check.
I think if we get up to like at least 100 more followers on the CTB account, then we can do it.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, you got to be at a certain. You got to be at. Oh wait, you don't got to be at a certain threshold, right?
No, you don't have to, but like just my preference.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what?
You want to get it now? Like how many followers we got? We got I think we got like 80, 90.
Yeah. And we just now had our 1 year anniversary last week too. So
yeah, that was crazy. I was like, dang, that was quick. We've had the Twitter account for like a year now. Yeah, we have 89 followers now.
Okay. Oh, somebody be that 90th for us.
I thought we did it nice. Somebody must have followed us.
Dick, create another fake account like you got and go follow us, man. Come on. How many you got now? 14?
Fake account. Oh man.
I got followed by Nick Andre, and I was like, well, hold on, there's ATRRRR, I think it was. I was like, hold up.
You didn't even follow back either. I told you that was my account. It's not fake. It's not fake. I literally confirmed that was my other account. I'll be real. I actually had that account for like 10 years. I just never used it.
Right. 10 hours.
Oh man.
But I shot. I'm sorry.
Twitter, man. Twitter is going crazy right now. Elon Musk is making some big changes. The Lakers I think they're winning right now. Yeah, they're up 13. Oh my god, they're up 13 on Brooklyn.
I'm gonna ask because I don't know what's this about Brittany Griner you tweeted, Nick.
Oh yeah, so actually here, let me go grab the reports. Dang it, I gotta go deep back down the timeline.
They said she got shipped to like a different
like one of the worst prisons. Which is crazy.
There we go. Thank you, Perry. He said he's going to try to boost us up a little bit there.
Appreciate you, champ.
It'd be nice if somebody like ran a marketing, business or something like that. Perry, do you know anybody that does anything in marketing? You can help us out, big dog. Come on, man.
Shout out Crowd Boost.
Shout out to Crowd Boost. Shout out to Java. Hey, Perry, we need that partnership, man, or the sponsorship, bro, with the Crowd Boost for the CTB, man. We need to talk some business.
We need to boost our crowd big time.
100%, man.
I'm crying. But yeah, bro, just do what you want with your money, man. Do what you want with your money, bro. If you want to get
you work hard for it. You work hard for it.
Some of us do.
Elon,
what you mean by that?
That was no shots at anybody. Like some of us don't work at all.
And it was crazy because Elon tweeted. He said people are complaining about Twitter on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, I'm just sitting here crying on the app. Crying about the app on the app. Like, I mean, it just speaks to society today, bro. It just speaks to where we're at in society, bro. Twitter's trash. And then hit send. It's.
Let me tweet this out real quick. I'm so mad at Twitter.
I hate you, Elon. And it's just
weird. And Elon's like, that's another $1.
Yeah, it's weird, bro. It's weird. People are complaining. Now what I see now is everybody's making their announcement that they're leaving Twitter. Hey guys, if you guys want to hit me up on my Patreon. Hit me up on this. Yeah, I'm not going nowhere, bro. There's still millions and millions of people on this app.
Twitter is weird. I'll be honest. Of course, I'm 36, so it's weird for me. But at the same time, it is probably the biggest platform that you can actually interact with celebrities and superstars and people like that. So, I mean, y'all can badmouth it all you want, but like in a business like what we're doing, and I say it's a business because, I mean, yes, we do this for fun, but at the same time, we want to send it to the moon. But it's the greatest platform for us to try to interact and try to get guests and everything.
We might as well not even fake it, man. We making so much money off this podcast, man.
Absolutely. Hey, where do you think I got this Carhartt from, boys? Come on. I didn't pay for that.
Man, Carhartt is amazing. Shout out Carhartt, man. Legendary
really
brand. Legendary brand. Great quality. It's a classic over here in the city. You heard? Come on, man. Carhartt is amazing.
CJ, I really don't think they're going to sponsor us, but I mean, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Hey, listen, hit the referral CTB. Nah, it's not.
For 20% off of your Carhartt.
Black Friday sale. Black Friday sale.
Yeah,
we ain't even talked about basketball in like the last 45 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do we want to talk about the Nets a little bit? Because I mean, they definitely have been on the run.
Tweeting.
What is it?
Do we want to talk about some of the girls that you've been like, tweeting at or liking their pictures again?
What are you talking about, sir? I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it was. I'm sorry. I guess it was the Nick Andre ATRRRR. My bad. Wrong account. Get them confused. Keep on going. I want to hear about Brittany. I don't know what exactly happened on there.
Okay, so I had a report. Here it is right here. It says Brittany Griner's life could be in danger after Russia's penal colony system, per Daily Mail. Griner is likely to be jumped in the bathrooms and hear racial slurs no one should hear. The Russian government taught people long ago that Americans are the enemy of humankind. It's crazy. So basically, they're really putting her in like the worst of the worst situation. And I know that Griner's wife, I think she had a meeting like about a month ago with President Biden. I don't know how serious those talks were, but I think ever since, we haven't really heard anything as far as like a little trade or whatever, as far as, trading or swapping prisoners. I pray for her. Definitely my prayers are going up to her. Nobody should definitely be in that type of situation. I know that Russia's laws are definitely more extreme than ours are in the United States, but either way it is, man, I just don't feel like, she needs to be placed in those positions, especially for whatever she did, having a weep. And that's just my opinion. It's not like, she murdered somebody or anything, it's just an unfortunate situation. Brittany Griner, before she ended up going into prison, she had probably one of her best WNBA seasons. The Phoenix Mercury got to the finals that year. And then of course this happened. So my prayers up to her, man. I just hope that somehow, some way she could figure out how to get home.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's unfortunate. I mean, bringing in the weed pen joint in Russia, probably not the smartest decision. Not just gonna be honest. I mean,
probably.
And then I mean, sarcastic, obviously, sarcastic. Obviously, being sarcastic, bro. So, and then especially during the time when it occurred, with the war in the Ukraine and all that. I'll tell you right now, Biden is not doing anything. He's not gonna bring her home, bro. So, I respect her wife for, obviously trying to reach out to the president, but we know what type of time Joey B is on, so that's not happening. So yeah, unfortunate situation, and man, God bless, man. God bless.
100%.
Got Lakers Nets right now. 53-39 Lakers. Wow.
I try my best not to turn this TV on during our whole episode.
That's what I was going to do. Like, do we want to talk about the Nets a little bit? Because the Nets have been playing a little bit better now recently. We all know that Kyrie is still not with the team. They have Ben Simmons coming off the bench. Shout out to Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is finally getting some minutes since Steve Nash left. The Nets are looking pretty solid recently. I think they lost. I can't remember. They lost to Dallas last week. They sorry CJ, but they beat the crap out of the Knicks.
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. Oh no, beat the Knicks. Sorry, beat the Knicks.
Yeah. That game on Wednesday. Yeah.
I actually had the Knicks winning that game, so I was actually surprised.
This is a fun episode. That's all I'm gonna say. This has been fun.
It's a good episode. Yeah, really good.
It's really good.
Turn the corner. Oh, AD. That's a great pass by KD though. Man.
What y'all think about Drew Blink here?
Miami.
I'm old, man. Leave me alone, okay? It happens. Okay.
Is it gonna be Miami?
Let me just no. It wasn't Miami. What do you think about Justin talking bad about KD a little bit? And I'm gonna say bad.
I think he has fair points. I mean, it's not that KD is not. I mean, at the end of the day, we all know KD for who he is. One of the greatest scorers in the league has ever seen. But I think, he has kind of dropped off a little bit. It's like, but we all knew that. Like, we've talked about this on several occasions. Like, KD has never really been like that leader. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what his agenda is. He just wants to come out there and hoop. He's never really been like a leader on the floor, a vocal leader or anything, whether it's OKC, Golden State, or even now at Brooklyn. So I think now with him getting older, and I mean, we can all agree that he definitely has dropped a step a little bit. I mean, we all know that he still is who he is, but, since that Achilles tear, and even, with the other injuries that he's dealt with, even after that, he's definitely not the same Durant that he once was 4 to 5 years ago when he was winning championships. So I can understand, especially with, emerging guys like Tatum, Giannis, and the rest of these guys, I mean, I think it's just time to really just admit that, these guys deserve more love at this point. They're playing at an elite level. And then, of course, with the Nets struggling, it's like, we're not looking at KD as like a MVP caliber player.
Brooklyn coming back slowly but surely down 9.
I think KD is still good.
He's still great.
He's still great.
But I even think last year he kind of took a step back. And now I'm not saying step back like far away or anything, but I think you could kind of see a little bit of father time hindering his game somewhat. Now,
you got to give credit to the Celtics, though. The Celtics really shut him down. Like, they really took him out of his game.
I mean, they took him out of his game, but also the roster around KD.
Yeah. I've been saying that on several occasions. Brooklyn, as a team, was really not that good.
I don't think I disagree. I disagree with Justin what his takes about KD. I think KD's still great. I just think again what Nick just said is just when you're the guy now and you're asked to carry your franchise, you have to have certain type of intangibles if you want to take that team to the next step. And I feel like we saw in OKC, as talented as he was, I feel like he didn't have those type of intangibles to take that team to the next step. There's obviously other factors as well that played a part to it, but and then Golden State, he could just go hoop. That's all he had to do. Everything else, all the things I just talked about in terms of intangibles and roles and all that was already in place in Golden State. That was already solidified. He was just an addition. So now we go to Brooklyn. Now it's building again. So I just think his window in terms of winning a championship right now might be closed, and I probably think that's probably why he probably asked for a trade, because he looked at the team, was like, I can't win a championship with this roster. I just can't. It's not Kyrie, it's the roster. And he said, yeah, it's the coach. Mind you, when he said, I want Nash gone and Sean Marks. He never mentioned Kyrie. He never mentioned Kyrie in that at all. He never said anything about Kyrie. No, trust Joe's side would have told us. Trust me, he's on Twitter going crazy. He would have said it. He would have said KD doesn't want to play with Kyrie. He would have been very vocal about that. He's been very vocal. Joe Side's been very vocal on Twitter after everything's been going on. So
has he been pretty vocal?
Oh, for sure. He's saying a lot now. Saying a lot now these days. So just the roster construction, it just wasn't the best. I like their roster now. Seth Curry's getting healthy. Joe Harris seems to be.
Joe Harris.
Yes, Royce O'Neal's been a really solid pickup.
Claxton's starting to look a little bit better. They got Markieff Morris.
Claxton has improved tenfold. One, he's staying on the court, not getting in foul trouble. He's putting the ball on the floor a little bit too. I like that, going to the basket in transition. I saw him do that a lot.
What station the game on? Is it on? Like, never mind. It's right there. Got it.
I just saw Dennis Schroeder on the bench. I forgot he was even on the Lakers.
Yeah, he's out. They could definitely use him. They could use him right now.
Yeah,
they could use him.
I'm not really big on Schroeder right now.
Kendrick Nunn.
He looking funny in the light.
Tough.
It just made that half court shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just made that. It didn't count, but
it didn't count though.
Right.
It didn't count.
Still though, I mean, boys, let's be impressed. So let's see here. Halftime, it's 55-46, right? So what y'all got? Like, you ain't back on yet, right? Because I know that's how far my TV can be on. Okay.
That's no commercial, bro. Who think wins this game, guys? Who you think wins this game?
I picked Brooklyn, but they definitely need to elevate defensively. But if Kevin Durant comes out and has a strong second half, I can still see them winning this game.
LeBron's out this game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's out.
Lakers.
Oh, wow.
Just to fit my narrative.
Shocker.
He said chocolate.
Oh man, Michael.
Memphis today.
Shocker prediction.
Michael did not like what Justin said that he was a LeBron fan. He was like, "Whoa."
He was not from Kentucky when he said that. Like everything Kentucky just went out. No.
I mean, Kentucky's pretty close to Ohio.
Well, I mean, yeah, some part of Kentucky is close to Ohio. It's like Florida is close to Alabama. I mean, okay.
Hey. Some of these other games.
I mean, what do you mean by that?
I mean, you should have some respect for the guy that came from Akron, Ohio, and who has emerged as like one of the greatest players of all time.
Wait, so I should like him because he's close to where I'm from, as far as Ohio?
You should at least show a little bit more support. I don't say you gotta like him, but
I mean, I'm trying to think of someone who's good from Alabama, but
DeMarcus Cousins is from Alabama. Charles Barkley went to Auburn. But I mean, those guys aren't LeBron. Herb Jones went to Alabama. Shout out to Herb Jones.
Herb Jones from Alabama. Yeah,
he won SEC Player of the Year. Really great.
Man, how did people miss him? It's crazy. In the draft,
I don't get it.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Herb Jones.
Herbert Jones.
In New Orleans.
Your squad's playing the Kings right now, bro. They're down 1 in the third.
Uh-oh.
I can't watch Warrior games. I can't watch it, man. I can't watch them. I at least can't watch them live. I can watch them after the game when I already know the
if
results.
they won or lost.
Yes, but during the game, I'm stressed. Like I can't
That's
do
not
it,
a
man.
fan.
Hey,
That's a fair weather fan. Hey, I know they won. I can watch this game.
yes, because I'm not here
He said
stressing
yes.
about they do this or they do that. I mean, I'll be upset like if there's a turnover, but actually during the game, I'm gonna be heated. But I don't know if y'all seen this recently, but there has been some talks about Wiseman possibly getting traded. And as a Warriors fan, I love Wiseman. I believe in him, but at this point, I do kind of support it. I love him. But I just don't think he really fits with this team. He hasn't really been great on defense. And the thing about Wiseman is that Wiseman is so talented that you could be a guy that can or you could be a team that can run the offense through him. But you're not going to do it with this team, especially when you have Steph Curry playing at an elite level. You're still trying to get Klay somehow involved within the offense. You got guys like Jordan Poole, who's really emerging, as an elite offensive threat. So it's really hard for Wiseman to really be involved within the offense unless you kind of run some pick and roll action with him somehow, some way. You're not going to feed him in the post on several occasions and everything. So Wiseman, I think, can thrive in another uniform. I was kind of mentioning teams like Indiana or even some other teams, but I just don't know if I don't know if he can really thrive at this point with Golden State. That's just my opinion.
Yes, it's tough. It's tough because when he's been out for so much, he doesn't really have chemistry with those top guys on the team. So it's tough for them to really have a system in place to where where it meshes with the big three,
Right.
the big three plus Poole and Wiggins. So I mean, could I see them trading Wiseman and maybe getting a guy? Getting a guy like Miles Turner kind of fits their style in terms of spacing the floor. He's a big man, do things like that. Yeah.
Could I see him in San Antonio under a guy like Pop?
I can see that.
Who you
I can see
getting
that.
for him, though?
What is that's
Just
what I was about to
picks?
say. What is that deal?
I was actually talking to my guy
Vassell.
yesterday. Vassell, maybe Jacque Vaughn. Jacque Vaughn is a great rim protector. So I mean, you could possibly make those trades happen. But I mean, I don't know if San Antonio would agree to it, but
I just think for Wiseman, if he wants to get traded, he has to increase his value. So he has to play better.
That's true. That's
He has
true.
to play better when he gets out there because no team is going to give up a player or assets for somebody that can't even play on a championship team right now and get solid minutes and have impact. What's this right here?
So here's some of the jerseys. Perry was
Okay.
talking about the brotherly love, as you can see here with Embiid. I
Yeah, they
mean,
could
I'd
have
like
done
to
a
see
job
more
with
of
that. I
it,
just feel
but
like
yeah.
Just looking at it right there, it doesn't.
What's up with the Portland one?
I don't understand. Like, what is it? PDX?
I don't know if that's like
I guess Trailblazers.
like a University of Oregon kind of tribute with the green.
I don't understand that.
I'm not sure. Denver's looks like the same jersey that they always wear.
Why is Phoenix blue? Is that like turquoise?
I don't. Yeah, it's kind of like a light blue or turquoise, if you will, a cyan, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, I actually like it. It doesn't make sense of that color, but I like the jersey.
I like Miami's because it has the design of all of their other city jerseys,
like the Vice City and stuff.
Yeah, in the Miami.
I didn't realize that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. Even in the number two, you see that first two is like that classic.
First two, yeah, the classic one. Yeah,
that alternate red when Wade used to rock that.
Oh yeah,
what? That alternate red was crazy. And then the white
I do
hot,
like
the
the
white hot
Spurs.
too. Was the Spurs out? Yeah, that's
Spurs is nice. I like the Spurs.
The OG Spurs colors. Yeah, I like those. Yeah, I like those. I
kind of like that Los Angeles ones too.
The classic.
I don't know
The
what
Clippers ones are good. The Clipper ones are good.
Yeah, I don't know the reason behind the coloring, but the coloring is not.
Is that for Clippers? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm with you now.
I don't understand Portland's coloring. Maybe again maybe it's a region thing, and we're not hip to it.
All right.
The land.
Yeah,
I like those.
It's
a little basic, but I like it.
I like the writing on that. The writing on that is cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Toronto.
This is Drake. Is this the Drake?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's more the Drake type jerseys.
Yeah, they're just keeping it the same with that. I would like to see them bring back the classic.
Now I'm not gonna lie, those Memphis jerseys, the 3-6 Mafia jerseys, those are nice.
They always have good jerseys.
I like
their jerseys are always so good. Always. Chicago, I like Chicago's with the Chicago flag in there.
I didn't see those.
That? You like those city jerseys?
I like those.
I kind of like that.
I like it.
What's the reason?
I don't know why there's a rose.
I don't know, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not like I hate it.
Man, I just don't know the reason. The rose it's like I didn't get it.
That looks like trash to me.
Yeah, again, I mean, it just
speaks Minnesota's a bad franchise. I'm sorry. Free Ant-Man.
I feel like those colors probably have something to do with something, bro. Because
what's going on here? I like that Sacramento.
I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. I like them.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I like those. It kind of has that throwback feel.
I like that.
Like the 2001 and the lettering. That looks nice.
Oh yeah, I like that Orlando one there too. The Bulls. I kind of like that. I don't know why that's the blue though, but
that might be the older ones. The older because you see marketing got
okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Denver beat Chicago tonight.
Put 2023. Put 2023. Put 2022, 2023. NBA City jerseys. Yeah. There you go.
What do the Knicks look like?
They have it's like the throwback.
Not their jerseys, but the team.
It's like the throwback of the 90s Knicks, but as opposed to the blue is on the side of the jersey and it's black with a little bit of orange. It's okay. I just feel like you should have just brought back the 90 jerseys and just kind of had a different feel to it. By the way, it was kind of bland. The Valley, I like those valleys from last year, from Phoenix. I don't really understand the colorway for this year, but
okay, I like this Rockets, the gallery up there, but I don't understand it for the Rockets.
Yeah,
I like that Thunder one now. I don't know when it is or what. I like that.
Another one.
I like that.
Celtics one is calm. The Celtics one is calm. This is really not. It's not really too much you can do with the Celtics. It's just green and white. So, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't see Perry in these comments here.
Oh, I got it on full screen.
I like this comment from him. Did Miami go scrapbooking?
Man,
Miami's cooked. I know Michael don't want it. Yeah, the Wolves. I don't know what's going on with the Wolves.
Yeah, those brotherly love jerseys. That's nasty.
That trade was so bad. A-Rod's first big move as the owner.
I figured it out. Philly are not going to do anything because they have the crypto.com as their logo on there. Everything has been crypto.com is falling apart.
What's your thought about FTX, man? They're going bankrupt. Change the name in Miami.
Man. Oh man.
And then Bank Bros put their bid.
Yeah, I don't.
$10 to try to buy. This is the parody. The trolling is crazy. But now the FTX is crazy. That story is wild, man.
It is wild.
A lot of these cryptocurrency companies are sinking by the second. Again, man. That's why I never dove into that realm, bro. Never dove into.
I don't understand it.
If I was gonna do that, I'm gonna just buy gold and silver, bro. You feel me? I'm not gonna be out here, putting all my money into something that's not even stored. Can't even store it. Where does it go?
It's just nothing.
It's a thought. It's just thoughts.
It's just out there.
It's just out there.
It's like outer space. We act like we've been there. It's like Bitcoin, right? What?
Yeah. So again, gold and silver for me, man. Y'all could keep with the Bitcoin stuff. Salute. That's y'all again. You do what you want with your money. You know what I mean? But
except for invest in Bitcoin, don't do that.
I'm gonna stay on this gold side, man. Gold been around for millenniums. Thousands and thousands of years. Gold was an actual currency.
Yeah. Next time y'all want to
come on, man,
invest in Bitcoin, invest in Count the Bucket, and we'd actually make something out of it.
For sure.
We'll give y'all great basketball content for it.
And some random content about everything else, too.
Everything else, yeah, that's what we do, man. We bring variety here, guys. Bring variety. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. What happened?
I'm sorry. CJ was like in the mood right there, leaning back, everything. He's like,
like and subscribe, yeah, yes, sir. Hit that notification bell, man.
Absolutely.
So you guys can know when we go live, bro. When we go live.
Free Ant-Man.
I think we got one of the top shows on the network. You feel me? I really don't see nobody else doing what we're doing right now.
Ain't nobody messing with us, man.
Ain't nobody pulling the guests that we do.
Nobody's pulling the guests. Nobody's pulling the.
Shout out to the Kentucky boy to the left of me.
Yes, sir. Shout out Kentucky plug. Michael Lawson, man, the plug out here doing great things.
All right, Michael. Your next task, Calipari. Let's go.
I don't want to go there. He's too busy.
Yeah,
not even for like 20 minutes?
Nah, if we can do it for 20 minutes, that'd be legendary.
CJ. I mean, if Calipari comes on this show, that would be nice.
Oh, how about Sheboy? Oscar Sheboy.
I've actually been trying on that one. I have been trying. Yeah, like there's never been a response. And I mean, I'm not dogging him like he's a bad person on that. Like, boys, and girls, of course, if you all could see my Instagram messages, my Twitter messages, y'all be like, that's all I do is throw out messages to these people asking them to come on the show.
You're going to Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, like I'll never forget like the first time I saw the Twitter DMs look out the book. I was like, whoa, like what is this?
The worst thing is no.
Yeah. And the worst thing to do is not respond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or not respond. Yeah. I mean, you gotta shoot.
But that's
your
okay.
Shot. Yeah,
that's
okay.
Yeah, shoot your
always
shot,
feel
man.
weird coming back to him though, trying to ask again, like, hey, still want to get you in there. Like Candace Parker, just seen her get on here. Like I went for like a solid 5 days tweeting at her, trying to get her to come on the show in the DMs and everything. Nothing. But I understand they're busy.
Yeah, they're busy.
That's why I appreciate when like Justin and people like that come on the show with us. Even Will Benso down in Miami.
Shout out to Will Benso.
Great.
Seth Greenberg, of course, that came on the show. I mean, I'm not posting at all about the guests that we've pulled on here, but you know,
we got some pretty.
We've had some good guests. We've had some great guests, man.
That's a couple months or so, man, for sure.
Perry's even been on the show. I mean, shout out Perry for coming on.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Perry's hard to get on, man. Perry's really hard to get on. Nice.
I will say though, Candace Parker, she is beautiful, is she not?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
she's rocking that suit too. You see it?
Yeah,
she's rocking it.
Very, very, very blessed individual, indeed.
Absolutely. And I'm not being like a man about it. Like, she really is a beautiful girl. And even just her basketball IQ too. Like, I mean, she has
she's one of the greatest ever playing the W. Case closed.
For sure.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Absolutely. So this is where Brooklyn will come back in the third quarter and take the lead by at least 7 points before the third quarter ends.
Yeah, Lakers are a bad third quarter team. Perry, I talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
third quarter is such a crucial. People really sleep on that quarter, man. Look at Warriors. You know this, Nick.
That's
the greatest
third
quarter. Yeah, that's their calling card. That third
but this
quarter.
is interesting though, because the Lakers really have a small lineup in there besides AD. They got Austin Reeves, Pat Bev, Troy Brown, and who's the other guy? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Lonnie Walker.
Walker, yeah.
Very small lineup. I mean, besides AD, so they got AD running the 5, and y'all know how AD feels about that. He's not a fan of it. So
he has no choice now.
Yeah, he has no choice.
Yeah, everything that you complained about, if you're a Lakers player, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, you just got to do what you can. You're 2-10.
I kind of want to argue with Perry about the Lakers, man. I kind of do. I don't know why.
Perry, just don't turn your camera on. Get in here. The Lakers suck. Lonnie Walker is your best player this year, followed by Reeves.
It's crazy because I had the Lakers as the 9th seed going into this year. I feel like they could at least be a playing team, but I think now they're probably going to make some noise somewhat, but I don't think they turn it around. I don't think they do.
See, that's why I get kind of aggravated, and not just directly at you. Everyone has really said the Lakers were a better team than what they're playing.
Well, on paper, they were better. I will say that. Like, the roster on paper is better than what they were last year.
Well, maybe that's why I'm wondering why Ham getting some slack on this, because even preseason, before season started, like, everyone's saying, okay, they're probably 8 or 7 to 10 team. Like, they are not a 7 to 10 ranked team now.
Well, okay, yeah, I do agree with that, but like I said, coming into the year, like, I'm looking at the roster. Like, you remember last year they had guys like Dwight Howard and these guys, like, they were a really old team last year. So I was like, you know what, this year they got kind of younger, so maybe they can make some noise if the guys are healthy. But it's still, I mean, they still don't have shooters, and that's the issue.
They're trash.
Yeah, they got younger, but those younger guys aren't good enough.
They got younger, but they got worse.
Yeah.
I know I got my notebook here. I'm going to have to flip some pages to see where I had them ranked, because I'm interested.
I think I had them 8th as well. I think I had them like 8th or 9th as well.
I got them at 9th where I got them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all had the Lakers making the plan.
Yeah.
Playing.
Play.
Yeah.
Now, does that happen?
Nope.
It's still a long season. It's still a long
I know that there's still a long
70
season.
games, a lot of games, but
it is, but
just based off what we've seen,
yeah, like just my opinion. I do know that there is a lot of games left, but I just don't see them turning it around. I don't see it happening.
The only way they turn around is if they make some kind of trades, and that's, I mean, we keep saying the same thing over and over, but we know that, like, this team that they have right now, if they don't do anything different, I don't even think they make a play-in game.
No, not at all.
But here's the thing. This is what every media person's going to do. If they start turning it around and they get over 500, everybody's going to be like, oh, I thought they had it all along. It just took them a while to get it together. No.
Right. I mean, that's the media, they know for flip-flopping, bro.
I mean, just look at us, and I say us as media. Westbrook was done. Westbrook was over. I'm saying not us three. I'm saying us as in media. We're on the media.
Right. Look,
like Westbrook.
Look, I'll be honest. I'll admit that I was wrong because
6th man of the year. Now look how well Westbrook's playing. It's
right.
It's
look,
back and forth.
I'll admit that I was wrong because even like a few weeks ago, I said that the Lakers need to shut down Russ. So I'll admit that I was wrong when I said that that they need to shut him down. But now look at him now being a 6th man. He's playing a lot better. Yes, sir.
Nick kept asking.
That was the first words where Nick kept asking.
Oh man. All right. Well, since you're here,
you guys have been killing it this show, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Well, since you're here, man, let's let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about your team.
Where
in
are
purple
the
and
Lakers
gold.
finishing this year?
I mean, it's just like kind of hard to say anything positive right now, at least in regards to where they'll finish, because I mean, you know where they're at. It's pretty rough. But at the end of the day, I said in the beginning of the season, it's a new coach, practically new roster. Like, I'm not going to count that growth out just because there's so many new variables there. So if you start seeing this team rip off 5 out of 7, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be shocked, because they've maybe flipped a switch or figured it out, or like Darvin Ham got the right set of rotations, Bron's healthy again, whatever it may be. So I'm not about to say this team's.
Bron is healthy now.
No,
He could be. You
He's
never
not
know.
healthy.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like,
He's healthy now. This team sucks.
This team is like
Michael.
Pat Bev's been non-existent. He's a guy that if he figures it out and turns it on and starts being that real 3-and-D guy, that's a serious difference maker for this team if he can play that KCP role. But he can't right now. And, so again, I'm not feeling over the moon, but like today's a good game. And like I said in the comments, like the first half, if you looked at the first half record, I obviously don't have it in front of me. They're probably 500, if not better than that in the first half. Like they win more first halves than you think. And I'm sitting here buzzing, loving life, and then all of a sudden they come out in the third quarter and they get outscored like 24-7. And you're just like, what the fuck happened in the halftime locker room? So that at least right now, they're coming out in the third looking better than they normally do. Looks like a continuation of kind of how the game's been going, which is how it should be. Or the opposite, where you come out kicking the door down because you just had a great halftime. But we'll see. I love these jerseys. I do. I'm gonna buy
I like
one.
them. They're nice.
I'm gonna buy one. They're very cool. Very subtle, like flat, like nothing flashy. I like that they didn't use any yellow. Yeah, everything's got yellow and stuff. It's cool, Like I like the use of the blacks and the purples more so recently. Ever since the Mamba jerseys, I love that. I think teams are too afraid to use the use of black sometimes, and I think it's the best look on jerseys. I swear to God, like when those Miami black Vice jerseys came out, right?
Fire.
Damn.
Those
Those
are
might be
nice.
the best. Those might be the best city jerseys ever to be put out, in my opinion. Like the pinks were cool, like stuff like that. But those black ones, they can rock those as their primary jerseys, and nobody would blink an eye. Everyone would be like, "That's great. Let's keep it right." Like CJ mentioned it, Grizzlies are like an elite franchise when it comes to jerseys.
Always.
Yeah, I mean the Nuggets have some pretty fresh throwbacks that they never fucking run off of for these cities. Like they had a great use of rainbow, which would play off well in today's society too. Like that would be a good play, and they don't do it. I don't get it. But then
I would even want to see them bring back the baby blues too.
You said the Timberwolves, bro. Oh my God, I saw the breakdown of those colors. It was from like the official team page. It might be the dumbest thing in the world. It's kind of like what Miami tried to do, where they scrapbooked all their old jerseys and wanted to kind of give that kind of throwback feel to like, let's look back at all of our awesome city jerseys. They tried to do that with that crap design, and they break down what every color is. Like the yellow is the yellow in the wolf's eye in those old school jerseys, with the trees. The red is his tongue, like the wolf's tongue, and it's like these type of stuff, and it was like that on every other jersey. Like the Wolves have to be the worst one.
Yeah, the market, that marketing, they gotta hire you, champ.
Fuck me.
They're worse than Charlotte?
We'll talk sponsorship. Why not? Yeah, we'll do a referral thing. Who cares?
I actually think Charlotte's jerseys were okay. It's just the way that they had them spelt. I mean, why the CLT? Other than that, I thought the jersey looked okay.
I'm with you guys on the Buzz City thing. I like the Buzz City.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. Like I don't know why they went away from that.
MJ's looking funny in the light as well.
The best alternate jersey. That's what we need to find. Who had the best alternate jersey of all time?
All time? Ooh. Oh no.
And that might be the jersey that I bought for the first time.
Best ultimate jersey. Like I said, I like Miami's. They had that kind of crimson red. That burgundy kind of crimson, that red. When Wade and then they used to rock. Even the white hot jersey that they had, that they rocked on Christmas, 2013. I like those.
You talking about the sleeve jersey?
Yeah, no, not the sleeve ones. Just the white hot ones.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Lakers.
So when you all play 2K, when y'all play 2K and you all pick your own jerseys, do you pick alternate jerseys or do you just go with the basics? Because I always go with alternate.
You have to pick alternate. Yeah.
Okay. I try to switch them around. I try to switch up.
Yeah, switch around. Yeah.
You probably go, Nick. You're the kind of guy that actually goes by what they wear that day, don't you? Let me check and see what Golden State's wear. Okay, this is jersey we're gonna wear.
I don't do that, Michael. I don't do that. It's based off vibes, whatever I'm feeling.
I always go alternate or like the classic jerseys. I hardly ever use the actual jerseys.
It's all on the vibes, man. 59-70.
Shout out to AD. Having pretty strong game.
Yeah, AD's out there working.
About time, man.
Enjoy it today because tomorrow he'll be out.
You know who else is working that Michael's gonna love? Wenyen Gabriel. He's having a good game too. Wenyen Gabriel out here.
Absolutely.
Every minute he puts in is an efficient minute. I swear to God. Every time I watch Wenyen Gabriel, is this he's the least sexy player you'll ever watch. Yeah, he's never gonna jump off your TV. But every time it's like the same thing every time. So, I
don't think he's ever walked on a court.
He's a Darvin Ham player.
He's an energizer. He's an energizer. He's definitely a guy that you need on the team.
Pat Bev's supposed to be a fucking Darvin Ham player, but he's not. He's the biggest disappointment this year. It's Pat Bev.
He's been solid defensively. It's just he can't make shots. And that's the problem with the team.
You can't just be a D. It's a 3 and D. Like you can't be a D. It doesn't work.
You can't just be a D, boys.
You can't just be. Yo, Lonnie
that's a lesson. That's a lesson you can take into all facets of life.
That's a fact.
Don't be a D.
Yep.
Be a 3 and D.
Can't
be a 3 and D.
Be a 3 and D. Can't Tom. Yeah, as soon as Nash got fired, but my son put the free CT in his bio. That is crazy. Yeah, that boy Nash is.
Nash. I can't stand Nash. I swear.
Oh, AD, okay.
I love him as a player, but as a coach.
Where's everybody at?
I'm excited. I get to see AD do something.
So
it don't matter. Y'all don't even worry about me.
What's the time at in your guys' game stream?
Oh, I got just about less than 5 minutes. It's 72:59.
On my screen, it's about to be tip-off.
Yeah, I'm at 4 minutes 59 seconds. Yeah, I know Michael's probably watching yesterday's game.
They just now caught up.
I'm at 4:59 right now.
Yeah. Cam Thomas at the free throw line.
All right, cool.
LeBron just signed with the Lakers.
By the way.
Wait, hold on. You said you just did tip-off? Oh, no, you were joking. Okay.
He was joking.
Sarcasm, CJ.
No, I ain't gonna lie, because you really be behind, bro.
So I said he watching yesterday.
You really be behind, bro, because I just be like, damn. It'd be like 8 things happen, and then like 10 minutes later, did you guys see that? I'm like, yeah.
Bro, AD
Kobe
AD
Bryant
out here
just
being AD.
went to the Lakers.
AD out here being AD. That's what he's doing.
Wow, I'm impressed. I am impressed.
I am impressed.
Love to see it. This is third quarter AD that we haven't seen all season. That's what I like.
You won't see it tomorrow. He'll be out.
Playing like a dog right now, bro.
Hey, he hasn't sat that many games this season, Michael. What has he missed? Like 1 game or 2?
I wish.
I didn't even know if he missed a game or not. I
I was
can't
gonna
remember.
say maybe one. Like I remember there was that like back injury.
I want a full season of AD.
But that's it.
What you mean a full season? Like a full 82? That's never happening.
That's just
At this point, stars aren't playing. Stars aren't playing 82 games.
If you can grab a nice 70 from him, like that's.
Hey, we missed that.
Grab 70 from him with a playoff run. I'll take it all day.
Of course, easy.
I mean, right now you take any kind of playoff run.
Yeah, bro. Of course. We just did win a championship in 2020. Let's not act like we're very far away.
It's been 2 years ago. You're living in the past.
It's been 2 years. There
Why
we go,
is Henry not on
Lonnie.
the floor? I'm
There we go,
sorry.
Lonnie. God, I
Shot,
love Lonnie
shot.
Walker. He's the new monk. I love it.
Shout out, Lonnie.
He's our new monk.
Man, net shoot 14% from 3. Shit.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Russ on KD. Okay.
The Lakers have
Yeah,
the better
Russ
from
blocked KD earlier, bro.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I saw that.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
See, this is
Lonnie Walker.
You know he's going.
free.
You know he's going to show out. every
He's
time
his
he
team's
plays.
monk.
See, this is how Russ needs to play. Like, y'all see Russ really running the offense. Like, this is how he wants to play.
But not that pass though. Oh my god.
Okay, yes, not the pass.
You just say
but-
Lonnie's this team's monk. I just said that.
I know that's why I said it because it just happened last time.
Oh, you're behind that.
Yeah, Russ be doing too much sometimes with the passes, bro. Them turnovers.
Yeah, he wants to do like the no look, like hang in the air for 4 seconds type of pass. He doesn't.
Okay,
have
I was kind of prepared on that, and that's Russ. Honestly, on that pass that got deflected, like it was a nice look, but it was the wrong way to pass it. Like that should have been lobbed over the top with an arch, and it'd have been there easily. That's.
Right.
I mean, he's on that. I'm going to say he saw the right play. He just made the wrong type of pass.
That's
I mean,
That's usually what it is. That's usually what it is
Yeah.
for us. It's the
And I
wrong
mean,
type of pass. It's
he's
the
going
right
too. No,
read.
he's going too fast. That's what he's
Yes.
always saying.
And
Oh,
I mean,
God, that 3 was horrible.
Oh God.
as a former point guard, like you never really throw chest
God.
passes really because your hands, the defensive hands are there. Like if you're trying to split defenders with a pass, it's a bounce pass at their feet because they're not bending over to get it, or you lob it over their heads. So, I mean, come on,
Yes.
Westbrook.
Did you have nice handles, Mike? I didn't know you were.
I actually did, yeah.
Yeah,
We
nice.
need film, Michael. We need some film.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Actually, there's a YouTube video of me on, and it's not a big play like handles or anything, but I actually just watched it yesterday because my team, we're a 1A school. I don't know. Do y'all do like A's in high school?
Yes.
Like as far
I
okay,
do.
we were a
Yeah,
1A.
yeah.
My junior year, we actually went to state, top 16 teams in the state.
That's cool.
Nobody thought we were going to be doing anything. Actually, going into our district tournament, we had a losing record. But at the end of the tournament, we actually had a winning record. But anyway, so we went to state. There's a highlight film of our games on there, whatever. I steal a ball, take it the whole court. I miss my layup because I'm being challenged. And you're like, oh, crap, this dude missed his layup. But I'm able to get back into the play and steal it from the person who rebounds it and then finally score. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Hustle.
Yo, drop the
Missed
link,
it.
man.
Yeah, you were.
No,
where's
no,
the
no,
video?
no.
Where's the
No.
video,
So what?
bro? Where's
You
the
get
It's
video?
about three.
You can't mention that and then
I need to see it.
Yo, drop
Let's see
that
it.
link. I'm about to look
No,
Michael
man,
Lawson.
'cause-
I'm about to type in Michael Lawson right now.
CJ,
No,
if you
it's like
dive
the
on
whole
Google-
highlight
if-
from the
If
game,
you
like-
really dive on Google hard, like really spend a nice 30 minutes looking for Michael, like I'm sure we can find a nice few clips. It's Kentucky. They probably put everything on the internet. Like, hey, local boy scores 28.
No, I'm gonna see,
never-
bro. Do some homework on Michael Lawson.
You wouldn't find
man.
it by just my name.
Some
But
Michael
y'all
Michael
make fun of me
Lawson
because I
had
didn't
seven.
have
Is
no
an
beard.
actor named Michael Lawson?
is it really?
There's probably a million people on this world called Michael Lawson, unfortunately.
He was in the
What do
Wild
you mean,
Stallion
unfortunately?
with Miranda Cosgrove. What the hell?
You did what with
In my
Miranda
high school,
Cosgrove?
actually.
No, the actor Michael Lawson was in a movie called The Wild Stallion, 2009.
That's right, boy.
And then he was also in American Pie.
All right,
Great movie.
boys. I can't believe I'm about to do this.
What you about to
Hopefully,
do?
it doesn't play very well, but
All right, are you about to pull it up?
Pull
Oh,
up the
hell
clip?
yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Hell
yeah.
can y'all see it?
Let's get. Oh no! We need a film room.
Oh, wait,
we
just-
need a full screen. Like we need to. You got the point where you could draw on it, right? I want to see everything. I want you to break down the whole film.
Well, we
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yes, that's crazy. bro.
I'm just kidding.
full screen.
I'm
That's
just
crazy.
Yeah, man. Oh hell yeah!
Old school, boys.
2003.
Oh, is it even playing?
What are you-
It's not playing, is it?
2003.
Oh, it's gonna
man.
play.
Yes,
Don't worry.
sir.
You gotta hit the play button though.
Let me turn my TV.
Yeah, I
on.
was say yeah.
I didn't pause it. It went 2 seconds and stopped. Okay.
You gotta hit the play
It's
button.
the internet.
4 times. It's not working. Oh well, guys, we tried.
No, try again. That's what we do.
Hang on. I'm gonna look it up.
We try until we succeed.
Here we go. Here.
I'm pulling it up on my phone now.
Oh, yeah. Whoop. Oh, missed it. Get back in there, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's it.
Yeah, it's not playing.
I don't see nothing. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw the crowd.
I didn't even see it play. It didn't even play on my side.
Yeah, I just saw a
Okay,
frozen
well,
frame of a crowd.
What number are you?
Oh, well. 00.
Okay, yes, I see you now. I got a full.
Oh, that's fresh. Oh,
With-
Nick, will you
with that-
send that in the group chat?
With that little
Yeah,
mustache.
I got y'all.
Yeah, send that in the group chat. So, I'm gonna break down the
That
film
baby
tonight.
mustache I had, Nick.
Send
Oh
that,
man.
send that.
Good times. Good times. So, do you guys got any footage out there on
man.
YouTube?
I wish.
On YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh,
I wish.
Nick,
My
watch on more of
school,
that.
my school didn't film shit. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
What were you
parents
asking?
My parents
Did you
never came to
continue
my
watching
games.
that?
So.
Did you continue watching that film?
Well, I mean, I paused at 26 seconds after I
okay.
saw you get the steal,
Well,
and I got the layup.
Missed the layup. I was like,
Oh, did you
later
miss
on,
it? I didn't
I
even
missed
see
it, but then I got my own rebound after it and still was able to score it. But later on, you'll see me actually make a nice pass, and I bounce it off the guy's chest because they never know when I'm about to pass it. I spit on a defender, cross over the other one, and have double team coming at me as I'm going through the lane, and I flip it behind my wrist and hit him right in the chest, and it bounced right off of him. Like he doesn't even know it's coming. But
Well,
it
like
happens.
the Nets are on an 11-0 run right now, down by 5. But like that's what I'm talking about the third quarter. But that's AD right there taking that shot.
Oh, you did miss it! You did miss the layup. How'd you miss the layup?
Yo.
How'd you
I
miss
got it back. I got it
Wow.
back.
Yo, you
Finish
talking
it, I
Draymond Green,
scored.
bro.
Michael, you just can't crack like that.
Yo, you had a wide open fast break.
You can't, bro. You
I
Draymond,
did. I
Draymond
missed
Green.
Hey, but I still scored.
I'll be honest, bro. I was straight up Draymond Green in high school. Like I was just the biggest defender, getting technicals, like making smart dishes. But like my offensive game was like shit.
You know, I'm about to break this clip down.
Yeah, I want a full stream. I want a
Oh.
full stream about it.
Oh my god!
You totally can,
Yeah.
Nick. I don't care.
So I got the rebound turned around with the glass. Okay, I see you, champ.
Mhm. Yes, sir. What now? Watch my turnover though, because you can see me. I flip my wrist backwards to him, so I'm throwing a no look, and it hits him right in the chest, bounces right off of him.
Let's see. Oh no.
Oh, I love how we're live right here, and you guys are watching YouTube. This is being very professional tonight, guys.
We're watching.
Oh, okay,
highlight-
yeah.
We're watching a highlight tape of our co-host.
You did get the putback. You did get the putback.
Yeah, you
Yes,
got the
sir.
putback.
Yeah,
You
got it.
gotta
Yeah.
respect that. That's a second chance bucket.
That's right. After
You
a
gotta
steal.
respect that. And it's kind of Pat's like that was very Russ of you, like very Pat's like stat patty.
That's right.
Just trying to get that extra rebound on the box.
Purposely miss. Get that triple double.
Like I'm just saying, like I knew I was getting those 2 points anyways, so like I want to make sure I got that extra little touch.
Yo, this younger Michael, I almost don't recognize him. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
There's no
where's-
beard.
There's no beard. I love it.
No
I'm gonna
beard.
watch it when we're
Beard
out.
is only 2 years old.
I'm gonna watch it when we're out. Is it really only 2 years old? You've been here
Yeah.
longer than 2 years. You never not had a beard.
Well, I mean, as far as out, I used to
Yeah,
keep it like
okay.
clean shaved. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna post on the CTB page tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glued on this game right here, bro.
Bro, I want a full. I want a full.
This is not the
breakdown.
Laker game y'all are talking about.
It's
What
not
are
even
we
the Laker
doing?
game. Yeah. Not even-
We're
this
watching a
is crazy.
2003 highlight of a high school ball game in little old Harlan County, Kentucky.
Hey, that's hoops right there. That's how much you love it.
Oh, you tried to really like needle thread it right there with the
Absolutely,
It
and it
came
hit.
off the game, yeah.
Bounce off his
He
chest.
said the.
Hold on, let me go back.
Oh my god.
Listen now, one of my coaches, he actually is the head coach now at one of our teams here that actually is doing really good. would always say, now, boys, I don't know why you all do this, but in every game, Michael Lawson will hit someone in the face with the ball without you all know what's coming. Like, put your hands up when I have the ball.
You lacking, bro.
What's funny is now, I mentioned
There
Everett
we go.
with you guys. That team we're playing is actually Everett's. You know, when I was talking about with Justin saying, like, you know, the security man, like every time we play Everett's at Everett's,
Wow.
you would have to duck under the windows because you get rocks thrown at the bus every time.
Wow. It was 77-61 Lakers. Now it's 80-77 going into the fourth.
Like, what did I tell you?
Oh, I
guys
missed it
about
by 3. I said they'd be up by 6.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you guys about the third?
Oh, goodness.
That's
What did I
beautiful.
tell you guys?
That's true. Didn't 80 have like 14, 15 in the third too? Like,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Are you guys done with my clip now?
It's
Finally?
like a defense. It's a defensive letdown mainly.
It's a good clip. Good clip.
But man, Perry, how do you like? What are your actual thoughts on Rob Pelinka?
I mean, he brought him a championship. So you can't forget that. Overall, it can't be considered a failure. But the assets were drained a lot, and it's been multiple off seasons now that he's had the opportunity to flip the team like he did that one year and bring in shooters and things like that, and it just hasn't happened. So, like, it's not that they're not available. You see undrafted guys on the Heat stroking like crazy. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, all these guys just out here fucking hooping. And it feels like Matt Ryan's like the first guy we've gotten that has some potential to be that out of nowhere kind of drain threes type of guy. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think CJ made a really good point tonight of everyone says, you know, lead GM with LeBron, things like that. But bro, like if he's the GM, if he's the one moving all the chess pieces, trust me, 90% of the league still wants to play with LeBron. Don't forget that. Like let's not get that narrative twisted. This is a guy that like any player would give less money to go play. But he's not the one out there. Like he can only do so much with trying to, you know, do that recruiting behind the scenes and, you know, pitch in LA and all this stuff. Like there's a lot that goes with it. But at the end of the day, it's Pelinka that could be making these trades. It's Pelinka that can be going out there and signing these players. So at least the last 2 years, I'm more on the side that you guys are talking about where it's like, all right, I'm waiting. You know what I mean? Like, where's the move? Like, where's the guy? Like, go out and trade a second round pick for Max Strus. Like, go out and go do some shit. Like, even if it's a minor thing, like, get a guy that's draining and know that you give him a proven role where he could be out there and his only job is to go 5 for 8 from 3 that night. You know,
So
like,
are the reports, are they real about the I seen something and I didn't share it because I'm not for sure if it's true or not, but it was talking about that LeBron and other players in the locker room are pushing Pelinka to try to trade their first round pick in like 26 or 27 to get another guy. Is that true or?
In my opinion, keep it.
It's been a debate, you know, for over a year now. Do you trade those picks and
well, now, like I've seen something that was saying that players are trying to push because they don't want to waste another year of LeBron.
Well, yeah, I mean, who wants to lose? You know, like what are the players going to say right now? Like, and again, you guys mentioned it too. There's some big names on this team. Like, and there's also young guys on this team, like Lonnie Walkers and even Austin Reeves and things like that, Wayne and Gabriels that are trying to make a name for themselves and get minutes, but they don't want to be on the worst team in the league, you know? So anywhere from young guys to the big time names that are used to winning, everybody wants to win on this team. It's not like they're in tank mode. You know, no one on this team or coaching staff is sitting here with the intention of tanking. And you know the 2-10 record, I don't have the games in front of me, but there was at least 2 or 3 that I watched that were like a 1-possession game. They just blew it in the last like 30 seconds. So like they were right there. So it's not like they're getting obliterated every single night. You know what I mean? So they're like when you're that close too, that's even more frustrating.
Ooh, Russ! Oh my goodness,
that's even more frustrating. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go, baby. That's what.
Oh, jeez, I didn't expect that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's vintage Russ right there.
Yeah, let's look at now. I'm telling you that Russ, the last 5 games, after we all talked shit about him on that show, you know, really impressive. Really impressive.
But here's the thing: you see how the Nets are coming back though. These 3-point shooters, man.
It's the defense too. Like it's
Ooh, Westbrook.
The Lakers offense.
That's
isn't
vintage Westbrook.
Yo, Michael.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really not the Lakers offense that struggles, you know? Like that's not the problem most of the time. Like yes, it looks like it's backyard ball sometimes, but at the end of the day the points get up. You know, it's just they give up 115, 120, like and it's tough to really win games like that. So tonight's been a pretty decent performance. I'm pretty happy, especially without Braun.
All right, good shot.
There we go, Troy Brown. There we go.
There you go. Good shot, Troy Brown.
He's been playing much better the last week too, and that's a guy that like needs to play better. He's a 3-and-D guy.
Okay, Perry.
Yes.
Do y'all have Carl Juniors or do y'all have Hardys?
Carl's Juniors, but it says Hardy's too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's all the same thing.
You know, it says both. It says like Carl's Jr. and
Does it say
Hardy's.
both? Okay. Ours only says Hardy's.
It's like
Well,
it's like
honestly, there's even a step further here. There's another brand that they partner up with. I don't know if this is nationwide or just here. There's a brand called Green Burrito, and there's like quite a lot
not
of
that one.
Carl's Jr. and Hardy's / Green Burritos.
Huh.
I've even seen Carl's Jr. Hardy's / Pizza Huts before. Maybe that's just because real estate's so hard to come by in areas like this that some of these like big time franchises are probably smart enough to like rent out like a decent amount of space since they don't need that much for like a primarily takeout model. But
Oh, you're saying like in the same
this
building? Like I mean,
I've seen it in both ways, like on the same ordering process, like same exact building. I've also seen it to where it's almost like one big building that's clearly split into two. You
Gotcha.
know, and they're just
okay, yeah,
they
I think we will usually have
them like that.
I've seen that before.
Taco
I've seen
Bell, KFC maybe.
Yeah,
KFC usually does that.
That's what they had when I was a kid. KFC, Taco Bell in the same building.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think now they have like Dollar Tree and Family Dollar now in the same building. It's kind of weird.
It's the same. It's the same company now, but they're just not.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, someone
That's
I
weird.
think bought both of them out.
That's weird. Well, that's
No,
kind of
what's weird
smart
is we
because
haven't looked
you know
every
it's smart because
couple
if you look up either one on Google Maps, it's going to take you to it.
Mm-hmm.
That is smart, actually. All right, Russ, I love it. Come on, keep it up.
Shout out to these female referees; they're doing a fantastic job.
I noticed it. I saw one in a couple of the games that I was watching in the NFL today too. Yeah, they were cooking.
My favorite clips with Luca and that one female ref. What foul, Luca?
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Shout out to Luca, man. Luca's been doing a hell of a job this year.
How is that a foul on Pat Bev? Like, I don't get it. Like, just because he fights through a screen, like he'd like put his shoulder down or anything.
Yo, Pat Bev is funny, yo. Pat Bev plays defense super funny.
He is, bro.
See how he's all into KD?
I'm telling you, bro, that was me in high school. It was the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
I was fucking all in on defense and offense. I was like,
Oh, sure. He's got 5 fouls.
Oh, Michael Christian's here. He said Kentucky football in trouble.
We're a basketball school. Their season ends when it gets in October. Christian, it was fun talking with you about Kentucky football, but we're done now.
How's Kentucky basketball starting out this year? I haven't even checked.
They're pretty solid. I saw them in their first game.
Good. Yeah. Now, Calipari, he's trying to have all the fans and the media is kind of like pump the brakes, is what he's saying. They're not where they should be or could be yet. But, I mean, we still haven't had Oscar yet. Like, I mean, he's going to be our prime person, you know.
It's still a long season.
Yeah. I'm happy that we're actually hitting shots because usually we don't have shooters from 3 consistently on the team. Like, we'll have a Monk, we'll have a Murray, we'll have a Booker, but not more than that one on a team.
I mean, a few years ago, y'all had Quickly, Maxey, and these guys. I mean, you had shooters.
Yeah, but they weren't knockdown shooters with us. Like, they were just
I remember Maxey was a shooter. Quickly was a shooter. Quickly was really like a 3-and-D type guy.
he was more of a
Kentucky.
D, but yeah, I mean, obviously he's doing great now. Don't get me wrong. UK basketball can't get recruits anymore. Okay, that's why we're.
I wouldn't say that
right now, but okay.
What
number one
I
recruit
wouldn't
or
say
what?
That. Now I'll
You don't
admit,
think
like
we
the
have the
year
number one recruiting class?
they don't have number one probably, but I mean they still have a pretty good recruiting class.
Let's go and check because the number one overall recruit, I think,
Let's go.
where it's about to sign.
KD with happy feet. Russ just bodying me. I love it.
Okay, we just did our show, and now we're just like, let's just watch the Lakers and Nets game now.
Yeah, it's a good game. And the Lakers only have six. The Lakers only have 6 turnovers tonight, which is huge because they've had quite a lot.
10 points off turnovers is really, really big.
Well, there's 7.
Yeah, 7 now.
on cue.
Just as we speak
on it. Fucking cue. It's a clean game. Watch this.
Durant just walked on my screen.
Oh man, I'm about to watch this clip again of Michael. Yo, I swear this does not look like you, man. I mean, I know it was about almost 20 years ago, but
yeah.
Still, bro, that's glory days right there. 20 years ago, hooping.
0-0.
0-0 life. That's good.
Is that why you like that number so
baby.
much? Because you've always been so high on that
number,
0-0.
I mean, that was my number. It's still my number. When I play in leagues, man, it's 0-0, baby. Double donuts.
Double donut.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why,
I wish I had my basketball clips.
0-0 from Tony Delk. I don't know if you know who Tony Delk is, but I hope you do. I know you're kind of young. He played for Kentucky. He wore 0-0. He was my favorite player.
Bro, the Lakers
do you know who Tony Delk is?
Far. I get the local.
I don't know who Tony Delk is. I don't know.
He played in the NBA for like 8 years, I think. He played with the Suns while. Yeah, I mean, it was in the 90s, like 96, I think, is when we won the championship with Tony Delk. Like, he was knocked down. He actually, when I first came into Unwrapped Sports Network, me and Andrew had a podcast that we kind of started up. We called it the Z League because, we weren't that good at basketball. What we were going with instead of the G League is when it first started. I reached out to Tony Delk. He actually came on the show. It's kind of cool. So I actually still have his phone number in my phone when he was texting me.
Well, we got to get him back on, man.
I've tried. He didn't even respond this time.
He responded.
No, he's actually got his own label out for, I want to say, bourbon here in Kentucky.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
This might be a Forgotten Players.
Oh, yeah. I think he wore 28 when he played with the Celtics. He played for the Suns, I think, for a little bit. I mean, he kind of bounced around in the NBA. He never found a home for long. I want to say he made the most threes in the Celtics game one time. Knocked down. I used to wear that sweatband he had on his side, too. If you're
on the forearm.
Yeah. Tony Delk. Nikolai, I don't know who Tony Delk is.
I didn't know who he was.
Tony Delk. Yeah, sounds familiar.
Do you know who he is, CJ?
Yeah, Tony Delk. Yeah. It sounds familiar. No, I don't know like everything about him. The name sounds familiar though, yeah. Yeah, Russ, 4 from 15. 12 assists though, that's good. 6 rebounds. You said best UK, A.T. Davis, best UK alum, Christian?
Whoa, wait. Of all time?
That's what he said.
I mean,
what the natty there, bro?
Yeah, but hang on a minute, man. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm not gonna go there.
Shout out Jamal Mashburn, Cardinal Hayes.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Antoine Walker,
from the
Tony Delk, Derek Anderson, Ron Mercer even had a career in the NBA for a while.
Ron Mercer.
But now y'all are probably like thinking, who in the world is this guy even saying? Antonio Walker used to be a Heat pretty good. Had that little shimmy he used to do. Then he went broke.
Oh, Antoine Walker. Oh, Timothy Walker. Yeah, Antoine Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
calling
yes.
the Celtics. He was calling.
Yeah,
the
he's
Celtics.
like
Especially,
he's like
Him and Pierce. Him and Pierce
I
were
think he's like
nice.
a financial advisor now.
Say that again, Perry.
I think what I read was they became like a financial advisor. He like something like that because of him going broke and all that stuff. Or now he's like he works with the financial advisor to like do all these seminars for players and shit like that. Like,
oh, that's pretty
what's
cool.
up. That's what's up. That's full circle.
Keep it.
I'll reach out to him.
Yeah.
KD, smoked it.
AD.
Yo, AD is crazy. You see him trying to contest that on the floor, man? Nah.
No, not yet. Give me about 5 minutes and I'll see it.
So it's like contestant hand up. Dead on the floor, bro. What are you doing?
Nice pass. Let's go. Lonnie Walker with a 3. That's what we need all day.
Lonnie Walker is y'all's best player this year.
Skip pass. That's it.
Skip it again.
Just beam up.
Shot.
4 for 5 from 3. That's what we need from Lonnie. I said this on the show. I said the success of the Lakers is going to come down to guys like him.
Boys, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to take away my camera when it gets back because we've been on the show for 3.5 hours, and I've got to pee.
Do what you got to do, brother.
Oh, you can pee whenever you want. Oh, AD, throwing it down.
Still waiting for that.
Absolute beast. Yeah, I love these jerseys. Yeah,
That's okay. I know I'm way behind you all, but Kevin Durant just missed a layup fading away. Like, how when you're 7 foot tall shooting from like 6 foot away that you can miss those?
True.
Because there was no contention. Wow, I can't speak. I give up.
Contest.
Yeah.
Contesting. There we go. Okay, Nick, you're back. I'm going to stop my camera, and I will be back in 50 seconds.
All right.
Is that a Jalen Brunson picture? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's that. Actually, I actually put that up. I don't know why I said
I
that.
know.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
You think it'd be a Bubble Booker picture for Michael?
Facts, right?
Or Tony Delk.
Tony Delk. Yeah, it's high on Tony Delk, man.
Yeah. I'm getting old, but I don't know if I'm that old yet. I feel like I am like CJ. I feel like I've heard the name before, but
Yeah.
How old are you, Perry?
I'm 27. I'll be 28 soon.
Okay. Not that old.
I know. I'm feeling it though.
Lakers might pull out this win.
Yeah, they gotta get this
Win number 3.
Hey! Don't talk so soon. Don't jinx this. We've been here more times than you think this season, and this is when the wheels fall off. So I'm really afraid.
Yeah, we've watched a couple games together, all 4 of us, in the spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been trying to be as active as I could now that I have my business at home.
Sure.
Really wide. LBJ. Free Ant-Man. I'm gonna keep saying it. Free Ant-Man. You get my guy to Minnesota.
Yeah,
I still think they're going to be a playoff team, like back end.
I think I had them as the 7th seed coming into this year. So
Yeah, I think we all have
not too
them.
bad.
it's just confusing because they felt like they needed a missing piece to take them over the hump, and they picked up.
Yeah, but why? I was saying, like, why go bare of all people?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They could have had
Mitchell would have been the guy.
You mentioned it, CJ. They could have had Walker Kessler.
easily.
Like Walker Kessler in that front court next to Cat. Oh my god!
They drafted him cheaper, younger, but instead
Minnesota wants to be in win now mode or try to be in win now mode.
They won 50 games without Gobert. It's like, bro, they just needed to clean some stuff up on the court. It wasn't even their roster that was the problem.
Right.
Bro, Lonnie Walker, I'm loving this. Let's go.
They could have beat the Grizzlies. It was just turnovers and terrible defense in the worst moment, blowing leads. They blew like how many leads in that series? Like 4 or 5 leads. It's terrible. So for them to think, oh, we need
let's go. Good defense. Good defense. All right, boys. I'm getting happy right now.
Let's go.
A couple more stops, couple more buckets. I mean,
like Lonnie Walker is playing it how I've been hoping he would all season. He's been playing a lot better this last week. Same with Troy Brown and obviously Russ. But he's playing like you see that again with authority. I'm telling you, I think he's at 23 right now. Yeah. And they're on an 11-0 run right now. That's what I'm talking about. Close out the game. Close it out. Good defense. Oh, fuck yeah, boys. All right, AD. That's why we got him.
man, Christie getting minutes too, man. That's good.
Hey, you want to know why? Because he plays fucking defense. That's why. He has his three's been getting a little bit better too. Dude, he's only 19.
Oh, you talking about number 10?
Yeah, Max Christie.
Max Christie.
Oh yeah, Max Christie. Yeah. From Michigan State.
Michigan
I think
State.
he is.
Yeah, Michigan State. He plays hard-nosed defense, which is what the Lakers need. And AD is just going fucking Super Saiyan tonight. I'm loving it.
What you got? 34?
Lonnie. Time out for me right now. I think something like that. He's got like 2 or 3 of those rebound and put back dunks.
That's what happens, bro. It's just being active, not standing out on the 3-point line, not standing out on the perimeter.
100%.
Playing on the inside, bro. Like they don't even
100%.
have
play big.
size.
Play
Yeah,
big.
exactly.
Play
like a big.
fucking big, bro.
Exactly.
Like if your shot's not falling, like it hasn't been this year, go and play big.
I don't understand these players sometimes, bro. I really don't.
Chris is so funny. He just typing in all the random comments. He said free Kyrie.
Free Kyrie.
Isn't it Kai Free?
Kai Free.
Can that be the campaign name?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Now that's a much better pitcher.
Hey,
Tony
80 with 35. Let's go. Tony Delk, you did it.
Jesus, Tony Delk, bro. Also, okay, now I see it. Now I see the correlation. That's why you wore 00.
Yes, sir.
That makes sense now. Okay, I missed that. The origin story.
Which is funny though, because Tony Delk was just a pure shooter. Like, I mean, he was a bucket, but I was always one who would pass. So I mean, I just like the number 2, and I like the style, but I don't play his way.
Yeah, Anthony Davis, 35 points, 15 for 24, 17 rebounds. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And active as hell on defense. That's what we need.
Who's some of you guys' favorite players?
He does every night. Like today?
That's what we need. That's what we need.
And
You talking about today?
All-time favorite player. No,
all-time
favorite player.
All-time favorite player for me is Kobe Bryant.
Kobe for me too. I grew up, that was like my guy here growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, and then second is D Wade for me, personal.
I've loved
LeBron,
Bron.
T-Mac,
Yeah, I've loved Bron for a long time. Yeah, AI was awesome.
I had braids.
I loved Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph was one of my favorite players. I loved how he played.
Not Michael. Perry liked those tough guys.
That was me, bro. I loved it. I just loved watching it. I like the old NBA, and that's why today's great. I like a fast-paced game, but that's why you still appreciate those like really hard-nosed guys that can adapt but still have it. You know.
Michael cannot adapt. Michael does not like when a team takes more than 23s. He's like, what in the world?
No, I'm okay with it. I just think hearing the number kind of surprised me because it was 45 threes. I was like, man, it's a lot. But
bro, the Jazz the Jazz took like 106 field goals against the Lakers on the game that I watched with y'all. Like that was absolutely absurd.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder how much OKC took today against New York because I know they took just about.
They had
probably the same.
122 points by the end of the third, bro.
Jesus.
122 at the end of the third. Yeah.
You see,
By the end of the third?
The Nets haven't scored in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. The Nets haven't
Of course,
scored
the
in 4 minutes 40 seconds. That's huge for the Lakers defense. That's huge. How you close
But
out
the
games?
Lakers are probably winning this game, right? Told
Don't,
you.
Yeah, they're
don't
gonna
speak
win.
so soon. No. Don't speak so soon.
Listen, there's less than
don't-
5 minutes on my TV.
No. Don't
Wow.
don't jinx it. We've been here
Okay,
before.
see.
Don't jinx it.
Almost over on yours.
Don't jinx it.
It's less than 5 minutes. Yeah. OKC shot 55 for 88 in today's game. That's 62%.
62%.
But that's even more mind blowing to me. The fact that they had 88 field goals and scored that many points, but the Jazz put up 103 or 106.
Yeah.
Like that's just wild.
They were making
And the Knicks shot 48 and 97. So they were close to 100.
Not bad, but it
97.
just
Jeez.
they couldn't stop anybody.
No.
Couldn't stop anybody, bro. Terrible.
Hey, just not stopping anybody and going back to 2003 of our film and everything. One of the guys that played on the other team scored 61 points in a game and has the leading most I'm sorry, let me say it this way, most points in a single game in Kentucky.
In any level.
In high school. I'm sorry, at the high school level.
High school, okay. High school.
Granted, it was against a team that was pitiful, and they actually, in halftime, talked about just only letting him shoot. So, I mean, it kind of happens that way.
Austin Reeves for president. Let's go.
God,
Go.
KD can't make a layup.
18-4 run in the last 4 minutes. There you go, KD.
Yo, watch toxic Twitter be like Trey Brown after this dub. Watch toxic.
Nick's
Twitter.
already saying it. What are you talking about?
Be like,
I didn't say they should
You
trade
did
LeBron.
too.
I'm just saying that there have been talks, and honestly, I mean, when you think about it,
Wow,
LeBron
bro.
probably does have the most value.
Bro,
They're
Lonnie
like,
two
Walker.
trade.
Lonnie fucking Walker, baby.
Like,
Like, nobody-
LeBron pounds the ball too much, man. When he's not on the court, the ball's flowing. Watch all these takes tonight. Watch.
Hey, now I say that.
Oh,
I say that now.
You know,
I
I,
do.
heard a narrative one time. I literally heard somebody say that LeBron's never been a scorer, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Oh,
like,
the leading,
this
the
man
leading
is-
point scorer and the leading point
exactly.
scorer.
Like he's
Yeah.
probably going to pass Kareem at some point this year if he does stay
So
healthy. And it's
LeBron
like,
got a coffee in his hand during this game? Come on now.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
just
you
saw
see
the
the energy flowing.
the freshest hoodie. I'm on the LA stream, and it's literally this black hoodie with the exact jerseys there are right now, with the purple Los Angeles with the white trim, and purple strings coming out. Fresh.
Fire. That's why that sounds fire.
Fresh.
That sounds fire. But yeah, I could already see toxic Twitter.
CJ, I know you're not
Yeah.
sitting down.
No, I'm up, man. I'm cooling.
yo, I mean, we've been on for almost 4 hours. You can
Almost 4
sit down if he wants to.
Nah, we almost done.
ain't
When he-
down right now.
Game almost done, man. We good.
When CJ had his camera off, he went and laid down for like 20 minutes. Like, I got to rest for a second, boys.
Nah, yeah, I definitely sat down for a little bit. Not even gonna cut.
Dang.
It's okay.
You better than me,
We
'cause hell,
almost
I mean,
4 hours. It's okay.
We've been on Spaces and I pass out. I ain't gonna lie. Like late at night.
Yeah, he was out. Yeah, he was out
He
that one
was
time.
asleep.
Everybody's like, yo, where Nick at? I wake up and everybody's out of the space. I was like, oh snap. It was like 2 a.m. everybody gone. I was like, oh snap.
Lonnie Walker for MVP. I'm watching these highlights tonight. Let's go.
We've already seen great highlights.
We were talking about the MVP race. Like, Lonnie Walker's got to be in that race. Like, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say, I was like, wait, what?
Nah, but tonight, like, let's go. No, he's been playing a lot better this last week. And I love to see it. And a lot of, like, the 3-point percentage is a lot better, like, the last week.
Is that Ray Trimmer? That Sway Lee?
Yeah,
Probably, bro.
it is.
It's LA. It's LA.
I want to see them do their courts.
Yeah,
like these,
get me on there too.
do their their jerseys. I like to see them do a court like that too. You know, whatever kind of jersey they're wearing, change it up too. Like
Yes.
Yeah, that would be
inner
cool.
city
Some,
court.
some
style.
teams, some teams do that. Utah does
Yeah, for
Oh, do
sure.
they?
Memphis does that.
Utah's jerseys are stupid.
Yeah, they're stupid. They're stupid, but
Yeah, those are stupid.
it's just
Their regular jersey this year is stupid.
Utah, yellow and black.
But
They're kicking up. So it's like
you can't hate on it. Yeah, you can't hate on it. Fresh. Yeah,
exactly. Now it's like damn.
No, I'm convinced they're a serious contender. I've watched 2 Jazz games this year, and both times I've ended the game being like, it's the greatest team of all time. They're like obviously just joking on that, but like seriously, end of the game being like, holy shit, this team is like as efficient as they come. Like the ball's moving on a string. They're shooting from half court. It's like watching the Monstars. It's actually crazy.
Yeah,
Utah Monstars.
To me, they're a great regular season team. So they play well. They have a great.
But it's a completely different team and a different coach coach.
But even when the playoffs come around, we're gonna see, bro. Stars step up, man. And marketing could be that guy. He could turn.
But not even just like that. The thing I like about the Jazz too, like for the playoffs, is like a guy like Mike Conley is going to be really important. And guys like that, like the Rudy Gays of that team.
What's going on in the game?
Like, I feel like they got some good veteran pieces.
Oh wow,
Who got a tech in this? Because I mean, all I see is LeBron. I've got the TV muted, and
I have it muted too.
He's not playing, but yet the camera's still on him like crazy.
I mean, you surprised?
The life of a superstar, baby. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, I'm asking, like, did he get the tech somehow or something? Because he's complaining with the wrist. He has.
I'm not even sure. I was chopping it up and trying. I missed it.
I didn't even see it either.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah.
KD has to get his hair figured out. Like, as a man who doesn't have the greatest hairline of all time either, and if it got bad, I would address it more than I already have. It's getting bad, and it's the beard too. Like you're like a cajillionaire. Go get yourself fixed up, bro. Like,
he don't care. He doesn't care, bro.
He's only here to hoop. That's what he's here to do.
He's only here to hoop.
It's like an etch.
When I saw a picture of his ashy legs, I was like, yeah,
bro. He keeps himself in the worst condition. I swear to God.
Yeah, why your legs so ashy?
This is self-care, bro. Like I just want you to love yourself, dog. Like that's it.
That man does not take care of himself.
Just love yourself, dog.
Why is your skin peeling off your ankle? I'm just a hooper, man.
It's so funny too because like. He had like the knee pads and like the high socks, and you can like still see like the little small area.
I was like, yo, bro, you not lotioning your legs, man?
Like there's gotta be a lotion sponsorship.
Come on, bro.
Dog. Like there's gotta be something.
And nobody gonna
you've got trainers that rub you down. Like he's getting massages before playing. Like
pause.
No. What I'm saying is, like, they're getting massage worked and everything before they go in. Like, surely goodness, you could get someone to say, "Let me put the
Sean Watson." On.
So I'm saying, I don't know why that, and then he don't care because he's so tall. No one really looking at the ball spot on the top. No one can see the ball spot on top of his head.
Nobody can see it except for
nobody can see it. It's just except us watching it. When you have you converse with him, nobody sees that, right?
Except the world with the camera that's overhead.
He just don't care, bro. Just to me, it just seemed like he really don't care, bro. He like, I could get any girl I want. He just like, I'm KD.
I'm just playing. Oh man,
that graphic was wild though. The ash, I was like, damn.
It was. I'm sorry.
Nah, that shit was.
I know. It's got to be.
I remember when he grew his hair out and the bald spot was there. I was like, champ.
Dog, we gotta get you a hair plug.
That's when I was just like, all right, bro.
I remember that.
But you just so you see, I was like, he's just really just waking up.
He waking up.
No shape up. Nothing. Man.
Nah, bro. He just get up, no shower, straight in the gym.
Straight to the gym, bro.
No, it doesn't. Not brushing his teeth. Like no.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, is he showering, bro? Like, is he taking showers?
Like, and
Come
he's
on,
gonna look
boys.
he's gonna look at you and say some weird ass shit like champions don't shower. You know what I mean? Or like, yeah, like
No, he ain't no alpha like that. He's
Yeah.
just saying, I'm just here to ball. That's it.
yeah. No, I only ball. I don't shower.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least
I just
At least LeBron tried to fix his hairline. At least LeBron tried to do something.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm not even talking as a man that's got luscious hair. Like, if it gets to a point, you won't even notice it because it'll have been fixed. Like, plain and simple. I'm not going. You got to go down with a fight,
Facts.
or be like Caruso, where you're like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I'm bald in college, and I
Just-
hoop. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
If
shave,
I
just shave.
was balding, I would just go bald with it.
Like,
Oh,
like
if I was balding like
Caruso
that,
was looking
oh,
bad
100%.
too. Caruso was looking bad for a minute, man. Like he was like 25 years old, looking like
Yeah,
he's like
bro.
50.
I literally used to say he's the oldest young person I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I don't know. Greg Oden was.
you look at him and be like, bro, this guy's 65, but he's like actually 23.
Greg Oden did look old, man. I'm sorry, he
Greg
did.
Yeah,
He looked old.
he had uncle vibes big time. Today,
Oh, my
he had the
goodness.
wrinkles on the forehead at like 12.
Yeah, I saw he just got like a big job somewhere. I saw.
Oh, did he?
I forgot, bro. I think it might be at a college or something like that.
Get him, Gabriel. Oh, man. Come on. Where's that?
all right, bro. I'll now say confidently the Lakers are gonna win this. I love it.
37 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
I'm not. I don't count my
Wait.
lessons. I don't
How
count
much
my
time?
lessons at
Well, now
2:10,
30.
boys.
Where you at, Michael? Like 4 minutes?
No, 38 seconds.
Okay.
Somebody's going to shoot a free throw, though.
Are we 15 seconds behind?
I respect Cam Thomas. He's just always hooping. You can't ever stop him. They could be losing by 50 and he'd still be going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, he just wants to score. You don't do nothing else.
You gotta watch out. He might be taking those from KD, not like putting lotion on his legs and stuff. He might be taking those. Might just wake up and hoop.
Taking no self-care advice from that guy, man. Not at all.
It's funny because Kevin Durant, KD had the nerve to get mad at everyone on Twitter for it. Like, bro, like nobody told you to walk out and not put lotion on your legs.
Out your crib with fucking dinosaur ankle, bro. Come on, man.
The thing is,
that's gotta hurt. Like at some point, like it's gotta hurt when you're putting your socks on and shit. You're like, bro, like I'm rough. It's like sandpaper.
exactly.
Fire with them joints, bro.
Yeah, it's gotta be burnt. It's gotta be burning.
That's why socks don't fall down, guys.
Yo, bro.
It's the sandpaper. It grabs a
And
hold of
the
his
fact, the
socks.
fact that the
Stay up.
cameraman got that graphic too is so nasty, bro. It's like, yeah, they zoomed
gotta
in.
go
And,
look at this
it's like, oh my god! Oh, you never seen that picture, bro?
I mean, no.
Like
I
a ring
haven't-
of ash.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Bro, I totally forgot that Markieff Morris was on.
On that Laker
the
team,
Nets?
yeah. That 2020 Laker team, yes, sir.
No. I forgot that he was on the Nets team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh no, I thought you saw she was chopping. up with
totally remember on the Lakers team. I just
37
don't remember
and
on the
18
Nets.
for AD. Nice.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Whoa,
Oh, man.
I see why you said ring now.
Huh?
I mean,
Yeah, come on, yeah, yes, exactly. That's a bad look, bro.
that looks scaly.
Yes, bro.
What?
You're a grown man,
Ashgate?
dog.
Ashgate? No, that's what I'm saying. There's a level of like I just hoop. There's a level.
Do you
of, like,
see
I
this
just
comparison here?
hoop. Yes.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Fine line between I just hoop and I don't take care of myself. All right, boys. I'm fucking eating and trying to go to bed. I'd feel weird.
Bro, I am starving. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been starving for like the last 2 hours.
I mean, look at those.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
Photoshop.
Man, it looks like a
That's
hockey
Photoshop.
stick.
That's Photoshop.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
it is.
that's what
Okay.
It
It's
is,
still
yeah.
it's still crazy though, but it's not that bad.
This one got me right here with this hair that you were talking about earlier.
Yo, man,
You know what I mean?
when he was training with Kyrie, and I'm like, brother, come on.
It's
bro.
like, bro, he's like permanently Jewish. It's like a
Just put
yarmulke. It's like yarmulke all
Just
the
put a
time,
wave,
bro,
just put a
yeah.
wave cap on, bro. Just put a wave cap on. Something. Man.
Kyrie,
He
yeah.
looks like
You
he
got,
looks homeless there.
You got to give our
Also-
boys some advice.
You've never seen those graphics? That was like 3 years ago. You've never seen those? Yeah. was
If
like,
I did,
wow.
I didn't pay attention to
Now
it.
the actually leg was last year, I think.
Yeah, that was last year. But I'm talking about
Yeah.
when he was training with Kyrie and he had the pot on top of his dome and with the afro afro pot. It was tough. That was a tough watch.
Tough look.
I was like, come on, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Just get the low Caesar and call it a day, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, I gotta head out.
All right,
Speaking of
man.
calling it a day,
We'll
boys.
see y'all soon.
Yes,
Great
sir,
show.
man.
Yeah, I mean, we're 4 hours. I don't even feel like saying, "Hey, follow me here everywhere." Just look for us. Just
Follow us at CTB, like, subscribe, all platforms. That's it. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Five-
man.
5-star reviews as well.
all
Deuces.
them play.
Thank you all for watching.
5-star reviews.